Welcome to another episode of the Crazy Geezer podcast. And today I really struck gold or struck lucky sevens all across the slot machine here because I got Adam here, who's the bass player for Rex Viper, if you know who that is. And most importantly, he's known for these. He actually made this for me at Too Many Games a few weeks ago. That's just one of them. Here's the other one. This is my favorite. And you want to know who painted it? He's right here. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm glad that the Dracula went to you. That was one. That was the last painting I did right before Too Many Games. That's an edit too. I took out like the for the headstone. It was like an angel, and I put Dracula's face on there.
I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So let's talk about attention to detail real quick. Going back to this, for those looking closely, look. There's the hand when Dracula's hand comes out of his grave at the very end of Castlevania 2.
Yeah, I think it's the bad ending when Dracula comes back or
No,
something.
it's the perfect ending.
Oh, it is. Okay, I've
Yes, it
never beaten
is.
Castlevania 2, so I don't know.
Wait a minute, really?
Nah, that was one I never was into that one as a kid. It was like I played the first two I played at friends' houses. And like I remember renting the first one. And, like the second one was fun. I just didn't know what to do. Like, we all didn't know what to do back then. But I had fun with it. But Castlevania 3 is when I really got into this series. Like that was after I had a Super Nintendo and you can get the games for cheap. Ended up buying Castlevania 3 for like 50 cents or something and like played the hell out of that. That one 3 and 4 are like those are the gold standard for Castlevania for me.
I concur with 4, not so much 3, unless you have a Game Genie.
Oh, 3 is like, when I was 11 years old and I could just play for hours and hours. I never beat it, but I got pretty damn far in it and like was figuring out the different paths. But yeah, the game is brutally difficult.
Again, Game Genie.
Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you for using it for that one.
Well, to be fair, I also used a Game Genie on every Castlevania game except for Super Castlevania 4 on Super NES.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what did I learn? Definitely need it for 3. 2 really just gives you infinite energy.
Uh huh.
I mean, other than that, it's like you could play the game without cheating, or unless you want to count it, the NES Game Atlas, if you remember that during the
Oh,
Nintendo
of
Power
course. Yeah,
days.
I still have my childhood one in my basement.
So,
I'll probably be one of those. I'm gonna sell my whole Nintendo Power collection minus like a handful of them, and that's one I'm gonna keep.
it's funny. I know this is none of my business, but I did talk to one of my friends about you because his wife's from Japan and he was in Japan overseas
Oh,
for eight
cool.
years, and he wants to have an intervention with you so you don't sell anything.
Oh God, I have to. I have to sell everything for moving costs. It's what it is. I've made peace with it. I've had my collection for a very 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 long time. Like my Super Nintendo collection, I never sold from when I was a kid. So I have a ton of childhood games like Mega Man X2, X3, like my original Earthbound. I a lot of the games, I was into RPGs as a kid, so a lot of them are like pretty hard to find now. But I'm gonna keep a handful of them. Everything that like I really, care about. But yeah, I've made peace with it. I've been pricing out my games. My friend who runs a video game store, shout out Forgotten Freshness, Frank, my dude. He's the whole collection is going to him. Um, he's great. But yeah, we talked a while ago. Came up with a very fair price. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to be moving to the other side of the world, to Japan, which is fucking crazy. But I'll still be in Rex Viper, and I will still do Too Many Games and Magfest. So I'll be back
Yeah.
stateside for those.
So just to be clear, folks, Adam's not going anywhere regarding Rex Viper. He's staying.
No, 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 no. That was like when we first decided to move to Japan. Yeah, I had a meeting with the guys like the day after, and talked about it, and everyone was like, "Are you leaving?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to," and they're like, "No, we don't want you to either." Like, James and I were the one that started this whole thing back in like fucking 2019. I mean, if you want to get into the origin story of like Rex Viper and everything, you fire away with questions, and we can go with that. I can get into how I started painting the pixels and making it happen and doing all this nerdy weirdness.
But which James are you talking about? There's like two or three of them, I
No,
think.
there's three. Yeah, I'm talking about Rolf, AVGN Rolf. Yeah, I mean, I've known Ronald. I mean, me and Rolf have known each other for like I don't know, 12, 13 years. And like I've known Ronald too, our guitarist, probably about the same amount of time, like 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, me and him, we go way back too, because me and James Ronald, he used to do, I think he still does the Epic Game Music channel, which his arrangements are fucking awesome. But we were both on Retroware TV before Screenwave acquired it and made it like the game development arm of them. And Retroware TV was like when everyone had like their own individual little fiefdoms of nerdery on the internet, where you had Screw Attack and Channel Awesome, and it was all these little pockets of nerdery on there. But yeah,
Yep.
I was on Screw Attack for a minute, and then when I did time lapse videos on YouTube for a while, so I was on Retroware TV for a bit on there as one of the creators.
Well, just to be clear, Retroware says make video games. Does that include the Toxic Crusaders game coming out next year?
Yeah. That's what they do now. Yeah, Screenwave acquired the name. They dropped the TV. It's just Retroware now, and they use it as the game development arm. So they're doing that. They got Iron Meat. What's the other one? I'm dropping. I'm doing promo for them. What's the other one? Something City. It looks like Shatterhand and Power Blade. It's a fun game. And then they got the 8-bit nerd game. But yeah, the Toxic Crusader game is fun. I played the demo a whole bunch of times at cons. It's a lot of fun.
Same day I met you is when I played the demo.
Oh yeah. They had the whole kiosk set up like right in front.
Yep, and it's like, you know what? The game's playable. Take my money.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it plays a lot like the Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge.
Thank you for taking the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
oh, I see you got the Turtles in Time back there. Hell yeah! Actually, the latest painting I did just like 1 or 2 paintings ago was Shredder on the TV from Turtles in Time.
you could do the same with Manhattan Project if you wanted to.
The what?
Manhattan Project, the third game.
Oh,
Shredder's on the TV on that one too.
Yeah, he is. Right. Yeah, that one I'm like 3. I was like, I never had that one growing up. I have it and I played it and stuff. It's fun, but I went from Turtles 1, played 2 like crazy, and then got Turtles in Time as soon as it came out for Super Nintendo. It's one of the best brawlers ever,
without question. And now again, if you look back there's the Cowabunga collection that has everything you just mentioned.
Oh hell yeah! I have that the physical for Switch also. I should go back and play. I was just playing Shredder's Revenge on my Switch the other night. I should play some of Manhattan Project.
You won't regret it.
Oh, I know it's good. Yeah, it's Konami. It's got that shine to it.
What was that? Manhattan Project was the first game that I bought with my own money back in 1992.
All right. Well, I don't remember.
It was like $55 at Sears.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I would.
I wanted the arcade, but it was like, oh, we have Manhattan Project, and that's better. Oh,
yeah. I remember when Turtles 2 came out, because I loved the arcade game, and you couldn't even get near it. Yeah, well, I'm talking about just the original straight up Turtles arcade. Oh, you have it right. Oh yeah, you do have it there. Yeah, when like 80, 89, 90. I remember going to I didn't even know it was out, and like I was into the cartoon, and like maybe the toys were out, but like you couldn't find them. I remember the toys being really hard to find back then.
Yep.
And I went to a birthday party at a bowling alley, and I saw the Turtles arcade cab, and it was like a mob with all these kids, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing of like how big the sprites were and how cool it was. Because like I had just recently played like Final Fight, and I fell in love with that, and it's like, oh my god, it's like a brawler, but there's turtles. Are you kidding me? So like I remember playing that like once or twice in the arcade, and then like it came out for Nintendo, and like I loved the first Turtles game for what it was, but Turtles 2 is where it was at. That game, like me and my brother would just hours and hours playing that game with 2-player.
What was it? The first Turtles game used the NES Game Atlas.
Oh yeah,
for the maps. I mean.
Yeah, I remember
and then Game Genie, so that you don't die in the seaweed.
Oh, for the first one. Oh yeah, God. The furthest that I got was I mean, as a kid, I could get past the seaweed part because I played it so much. I would get to like the level with when you're driving in the turtle van and you have to blow up the barricades. I would get to that, but like I sat down a few years ago and played it, and I got to the level where you got to go in the sewers to find the Technodrome. and it's
Oh
like
yeah.
randomized or something like that.
Yeah,
And
there's like 3 or 4 different entrances. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I was like, forget it. Like, this is how is anyone gonna freaking do this? Like, I lost all my turtles then, but it was fun. So I got that far, which is almost the end of the game, I guess. So I was proud of myself. I got that far in the first turtles.
Yeah. What was it? I was what was that? And this is without Game Genie,
Uh,
prior. I would get as far as inside the Technodrome. But I'm at the
oh
home
wow.
stretch just before you get the Shredder, and I died every time just because
Mhm.
the enemies just kept spawning and spawning and spawning.
Yeah, the respawning enemies are really a problem.
You never stood a chance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That they respawn, but then like the health and the weapon pickups don't respawn, and that is a huge detriment to the game. If those respawned with the enemies, then okay, then that at least a little more fair. But otherwise, like you really gotta like cheese the game in order to get around some of that.
More pizza would have been nice too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. More health pickups.
Health
Yeah,
pickups, weapons.
yeah,
There's
absolutely.
even a there's even a glitch in the first game where it's just before you get to the turtle blimp and you fight the giant mouser. There is a scene that if you use Game Genie for invincibility and you get stuck in this fire, you have to reset the whole game.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that with certain codes you could soft lock yourself out. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, Turtles is always like Ninja Turtles is always just so much part of like all of our identity of just nerd culture. Like we all have some kind of like deep rooted memory with Turtles when we were 8, 9, 10 years old. That made us who we are today. Actually, the way I discovered Rolf with his videos was I was having a party at my house in college, and I just started doing the pixel paintings. Then this was like 2006, and this guy who was a friend of a friend mentioned to me, he's like, "You got to see this video this guy did online, ranting about the Turtles game and tearing it apart of everything that we hated." He showed it to me at the party. We were drunk downstairs in my room, my house in college, and I'm like, "This is the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen." And it's funny that we're in a band now, but I remember seeing that in like probably 2006, 2007. Back then, it's crazy.
Well, if we're allowed to talk about him, I do have a funny story about the first time I ever met him.
Oh, with James, yeah, go ahead.
It was
Sure.
a too many. It was at a too many games convention, same
Uh,
exact building I met you at.
yeah, yeah.
And what happened was that I was first in line to meet him,
Oh, that's cool.
and what happened was that I brought my season 2 DVD of Angry Video Game Nerd
Mm-hmm.
because that's what got me into it. The episode that sold me wasn't Bugs Bunny's birthday blowout because that's the favorite, where he beats the crap out of Bugs Bunny. I'm talking about the one with Silver Surfer because that game I bought on I not bought I got on my 12th birthday. I'm
Oh,
not kidding.
geez, you had that growing up. I didn't know.
Yes.
Like, I knew there was a Silver Surfer game. I never played it, and I didn't really know about it until he did that episode. And it was like, this is fucking insane of how difficult it is. Yeah, that's wild that you had that growing up. I had the X-Men game, which was like
Oh
even
my
back
god.
then. Like, I remember being in the fifth grade playing it with my friend. We're like 10 years old. Like, this game, this isn't good. It's not just that we're not good at video games. This is not a good game.
X-Men. That was LGN, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was the
Yeah.
the top down, and you had to, if you played one player, you had to pick two with you, and you could either punch or you could like throw a projectile. But like you get stuck in walls and everything. Like the game was made really bad, and like you couldn't even tell who the characters were. Like I wanted to play as Wolverine; he was my favorite. But like if you played as a character that punched, he sucked. You had to use a character that had a projectile. So even then at 9, 10 years old, I was like, this X-Men game is fucking terrible. This is so bad. Yeah, we
Well,
just want an X-Men
It's
arcade.
LGN. They seem to have a track record.
Yeah, well, there's some decent ones. LJN did Friday the 13th, and when you know how to play that game, Friday the 13th is I will die on that. Friday the 13th is a good game. So is Nightmare on Elm Street. They're both good games if you know how to play them. Uh,
What was it?
Back to the Future is not horrible either.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not good at it, but I've watched people like some of my friends are like at cons, like are legitimately good at that game. It is not that bad. Jaws, once you know how to play it, Jaws you could beat in like 20 minutes, and it's kind of
Yep.
relaxing actually. I don't mind Jaws at all.
I
But
don't
yeah,
either.
yeah, it just James definitely pushed that with like everyone hating on the LJN shit. They were not good, but
And if they and
they
here I am
have
thinking
some
about
games that I'm like I have a soft spot for that are like. But Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I'm a huge horror fan anyway. I've painted a lot of those. I might be painting a Nightmare on Elm Street painting for somebody soon. I don't know.
yeah
I might
me.
have I might have special ordered a canvas for them. I don't know because I needed to. I was out of that. Yeah. But the ones I'm doing for you, the 12x6, they're harder to find. I had to special order canvas, so I did that for you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So going back to
Uh
LGN
huh.
games, yeah, I grew up on them too. I mean, who didn't?
Yeah.
And one game I remember particularly, and Rolf did uh, review it. It's Dick Tracy.
Oh God. Oh, I remember renting that, and I thought it would be so cool that it's like open world, and it was like right after the movie came out, and yeah, it that was yeah. I rented it, and I hated it. I friggin' hated that game. That game could be good. Like you look at it now, like if somebody like went back and retooled it, there's a good game in there.
Only if you use Game Genie.
Again, games. You're big seller on the Game Genie. I used the only game I really used Game Genie for was Ninja Gaiden, and the codes weren't even that great for it anyway. It was like infinite lives, which you generally have in the first game anyway. You know, you just keep continuing. Uh, and then there was one other one, like when I think you whatever the first time you pick up like items or something like that, it maxes out like your power to use it. And then there's another one where like health pickups, instead of just filling up, I think it's like 6 bars, it fills up like almost all of it. And those
Mhm.
were like the three best codes that you could use for Ninja Gaiden. And I remember using that and playing. And I never even beat Ninja Gaiden as a kid, even with Game Genie. I could beat it now as an adult. Then side note, Ninja Gaiden is my favorite NES game of all time. I That's one of the ones I'm keeping. I have my like pristine, complete in box Ninja Gaiden. That stays with me in Japan. I'll buy the Famicom versions too. I fucking love that game. I got to get the new one for the Switch. I've heard it's awesome. My friend said it's like Think Contra 4 of like with the new Ninja Gaiden. I forgot what it's called, but Rage Bound, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. It looks sick. Yeah, it's like $20 on Switch. I'll pick it up.
Physical, digital, or both?
Uh, don't know if it's physical. I would definitely want a physical for it.
I
One
definitely
of the
would
big
too.
ones that I'm actually selling for my Super Nintendo collection is I have like a near mint complete Ninja Gaiden trilogy, like CIB. It's disgusting of how clean this box is. I've had it. Jeez, I got it at Too Many Games in like 2011 or something like that, and I never even played it because like it just sits because I just wanted it because I even then it was expensive. I mean, I think I paid like 100 $200 back then for it, but yeah, like I love Ninja Gaiden that much that anything old school Ninja Gaiden I gotta have.
Well, it's your money. And what was it?
Certainly
So,
is.
oh, you want to talk about $200 games? Conker's
Sure.
Bad Fur Day on Nintendo 64, complete in the box, $200.
Yeah. What does that go for now? More?
$200.
Still $200?
Might be more.
Oh yeah, I would imagine it's more now. I don't know much about N64. To be honest, like when N64 came out, I got it in like 90, 97, 98, 98. I got it because it was right before um, Ocarina of Time came out. And like the N64 started out really strong. I don't like that system at all. It has a handful of good games. I quickly after that moved on to the PlayStation, and like I didn't have a GameCube. I was so into PS2 at the time. I didn't even come back to like Nintendo systems until the Switch. I just didn't really care. Like the Wii, like my roommate in college or my housemate had a Wii, and I remember playing like Wii Sports and stuff like that. That was fun, but like I never owned a system until the Switch, and the Switch is amazing. It's one of the greatest systems ever made. But yeah, like one N64 pissed me off so much that I never went back to like current gen Nintendo systems until like 2016, whenever the Switch came out,
Well, what
2017.
angered you about the N64?
The games are garbage on there. The camera's garbage. The graphics are shit. It's a glut of just mediocre racing and sports games, and they said that there was going to be like RPGs on there. I picked up Quest 64. I remember getting it the day it came out. Fucking hated that game. Like GoldenEye, I loved when it came out, and then I remember when Mission Impossible was coming out because I loved that movie. And I was like, oh, this is going to be another movie tie-in, and it looked fucking sick. I remember seeing like all the gameplay, just screens in the magazines for it, and it kept getting delayed. This was like when shit really, like when games would just get delayed or move hands from like developers. So I remember when the game came out, I specifically remember getting it at Toys R Us. Remember when you had to get the slip and you like brought it over? Yeah, I remember getting that and sitting in the car and reading the manual for it and being so excited to play it when I got home. And within 20 minutes into the game, I was like, this fucking sucks. This is like it was I played it, I played the shit out of it, I beat it. I got good at it because I'm like, I have, you had the games, you had to play it. Even when you were in high school, you only had a handful of games. But it was just it you could definitely tell that like it changed hands from developers. It was like two or three different ideas just kind of cobbled together. It didn't work, but so there was just and then like Ocarina of Time. I know everybody swears by that game. I've tried so many times. I cannot get into Ocarina of Time. The only 3D Zelda I can get into is Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet. Breath of the Wild is the one that like we can all agree on. The top-down Zeldas are like my shit. I love, but like
Wait,
Link to the
so
Past is one of my favorite games of all time. But so I like I remember my brother mentioning that he played Metal Gear Solid at a friend's house, and then soon after, I went to a friend's house and he had that, and I played that and Grand Theft Auto, the original GTA, on the
yes,
PlayStation, and like I had a this was probably summer of '98, so
yeah,
I was 16, I had a summer job then, so I was making my own money, and I went out and I was working at this big outdoor outlet mall, and they had a Sony store there, and I went there and bought a PlayStation and bought Metal Gear Solid and Grand Theft Auto, and I think like uh, Crash Bandicoot. I bought, and I
yes.
loved all three of those amazing games. And soon I brought it home. I told my brother, I surprised him. I'm like, look at this, like we got a fucking PlayStation. Soon after, sold the N64, got rid of it, used a whole bunch of money to get a whole bunch of games like Tenchu Stealth Assassins 1 and 2 are some of my all time favorites on the system. Tenchu 2, if I really had to pick, is probably my favorite PlayStation game. But yeah, I did not look back once I got rid of the N64, and I don't care. I will piss off anybody that's listening to this. You can come up to me at a con and yell at me. I don't care. Fuck the N64 minus like a handful of games. Like Doom 64 is awesome. F-Zero X fucking rules, but 95% of that library of that system is absolute garbage. It's dog shit. Like everyone swears by the wrestling games. Like I was never a fan of wrestling.
Um,
The character
well, yeah,
creation was fun. That was it.
yeah, yeah. You're right. What was it? That WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy.
There were like three or four of them. I remember renting one. And I was like, the character creation was cool, but then like the controls were garbage. The graphics were shit. Like everything was just so muddy on that system. Like I go back, I tried to play Mario 64, and
Hmm.
that game just makes my anxiety go through the roof because like once you get to a certain level, the level especially with the the um the rainbows with the magic carpets. Fuck that
Yes.
level. You have no depth perception. You can't tell where to jump. I fucking hate that game. I hate Mario 64. I fucking hate that game. Or you can get mad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mario's no. I'm not you. I'm saying anybody listening. Like I hate Mario 64. Some of the later ones, I'm sure Sunshine and Galaxy or whatever are fun. The new one that came out for the Switch is awesome because it's a side scroller as to what Mario should be. Keep
Mario
it as a
Wonder.
side scroller. What?
Mario
Wonder,
Wonder.
yes, Wonder is fucking was really good. I
It
like the
is good.
flowers that cheer you on as you're running through the level. The game was very easy. I'll give you that. Like it was because I was more sold on it that it was like this is like Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, which I go back and forth between which one's my favorite, um and a lot of people are like, yeah, it's like that, it's like that. Like okay, the levels they're very streamlined, and it's like okay, it was like I beat the game no problem. I beat it in like 3 days. But I had a ton of fun. It was a great game. I loved it. I loved it. I just wish it was more challenging.
I think it's catered more to children now than ever before.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what? That's valid. That's fine. Let it be a kid system too.
It's fine.
That's
No, I
totally
don't.
fine.
I don't consider the Switch to be just a kid system. I think it's an everybody system.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's people who I never expected to have a Switch, and yet they do.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
What?
casual gamers and stuff like that should
Yeah.
absolutely have a Switch. Yep, I love it. I mean, I see the Switch as more as like I when I'm laying down in bed and just relaxing, I'll play my Switch. Like I just picked up Stardew Valley again because there was the 1.6 update, and I played a little bit of it when it first came out, and now it's like okay, let me dig into it because like I'm already like 6 years into my farm. I have like 4 million gold. But there's all this extra shit now that you could do. I finally figured out the mechanic for fishing because I have everything else maxed out. And yeah, Stardew Valley is great. I love the chill games on the Switch, and Stardew Valley is like 10 out of 10. Amazing game. I love it. I'm married to Abigail. I have a little kid that runs around my house. All my farm animals are named after obscure characters from Seinfeld, my favorite show ever. Yep. I love that game.
Even the soup Nazi.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a goat named Soup Nazi.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
I was not a
I,
fan of that show, but I love that one
you
episode. No
weren't
soup for you.
okay. I grew up in New York, and it's like, man, I was watching that. Like, I still have VHS tapes of like when that show was first on, when it first aired. I would like the episodes would air. I would tape them back then. I have a tape from like the first airing of the Soup Nazi episode because I was way into the show by then.
Oh my
Still,
goodness.
Seinfeld's my favorite show ever. Some of the episodes are a little like, all right, this is early '90s. You can't get away with some of this shit now. What they're doing in the show, but it's
You're not the
hysterical. It's
you're not the
fucking
first person
amazing.
I
Like,
met who loves Seinfeld or even Friends. There's very few people who love Frasier.
I never really watched Frasier. Friends I didn't like as a kid. I thought Friends was just stupid. I
Mm.
watched it because it was on where I lived in New York. Friends would come on after Seinfeld. My mom would watch it, so I would watch it sometimes, and it was like kind of funny. I guess Matthew Perry was funny in it. I like Chandler, but otherwise everybody else like the characters in the show reminded me of like the popular kids in school in like eighth, ninth grade that I fucking hated. Like that's what they reminded me of in Friends. And yeah, I did not. I was not a fan. I know a lot of people like it. That's fine. And you don't like Seinfeld. That's fine. I fucking love Seinfeld. It's weird, sarcastic New York humor. Like there's certain jokes and certain things that you won't get. Like if you had to grow up in like New York, specifically New York City, to like get just some of the humor in that show. Like you had to be raised in the New York like city culture to get it. That show is so reflective of it especially from that time
Well, okay.
from the
So
early
speaking of
'90s.
Seinfeld, he's a big Superman fan, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Superman's his thing.
So do you think he knew that or Super Metropolis is in Delaware?
Is it
Yes.
really? I was
Gotham
never.
City is in southern New Jersey.
Wait, what?
Gotham City is in central New Jersey, and Metropolis is in Sussex County in Delaware, supposedly.
I never even thought of that. I'm not a big comic. That's so fucking weird. Gotham City is in Central Georgia.
Lower New Jersey.
Lower New. Okay, because you might have people in the comments yelling there is no Central Jersey, which I am in the camp that there is a Central Jersey.
There is a
But
central Jersey, but Gotham is in southern New Jersey, and
Southern Jersey.
Metropolis is near Rehoboth Beach, supposedly.
That's so fucking. That's just weird because like you just like New Jersey is like oh it's New Jersey and like Batman is from New Jersey. Like, that's just fucking weird. That's weird. That's funny. I never thought about it. I'm not a huge comic guy. Like, yeah, Batman. I want to see the new Superman movie. I heard it's really, really good. I
Yes.
loved the ones with Henry Cavill in it. I saw the one recently with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. A lot of people didn't like that one. I saw like I remember I forgot where I was. I watched like the second half of it, and I thought it was really good. I thought he was great. Jesse Eisenberg as fucking Lex Luthor.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like crazy. He was nuts. I liked it. But
Well, the Snyderverse when it continued had Ben Affleck had his alcoholic problems under control. That's why he never got a standalone movie because he was having problems.
really,
That's what I was told.
yeah. I could sit down with Ben and tell him my whole thing with that because I know, we talked a little bit about that of what stuff I went through and everything.
Yeah, you didn't give me too much, but we spoke privately.
Oh yeah, yeah, we talked about that. I mean, we all battle our demons, but yeah, I'm not ashamed. Like I'm 3.5 years sober. I kicked the booze.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I had a problem with alcohol, and like a lot of people do, for like since my mid 20s, on and off. And it's just I don't need to get into the whole thing, but like just for me personally, like it's been so liberating to like not have to deal with the alcohol anymore because like I have problems with like generalized anxiety and stuff, and alcohol just exacerbates all of it and just like mentally, physically, just kicking that. It's helped me so much to be able to focus more on my art and the band and just life in general, just to have a much clearer head. Like, and I still like I dabble with other things. I take like CBD gummies, and I occasionally take like THC gummies. Get a little buzz brain going. Those are fun to like relax on. My therapist was like, just they're non addictive, but don't go too crazy with those. But you use them to relax. And I have a whole bunch different types of gummies here. They're a lot of fun. They're very very relaxing.
CBD or THC or both?
The CBD is just like you don't get a high off that. That's just relaxing. That just like cuts down your anxiety, which I actually need to get more CBD ones. But THC, I'm talking about. I have like three different types of them. I actually one of them I tried and I had a full one. It was like a 12 milligram one, which was a lot, and it man, I was in space for a while when I took that. It was fun, but it was very intense, and I because I have like no tolerance for THC. I never smoked marijuana or anything when I was a kid. It was like never. I never really liked it. Smoking weed or anything. Never did that. So I have like no tolerance for it. So I took this one, and then I ended up sleeping for like 12 hours
Yep.
afterwards. It just knocked me the fuck out. But the high was very nice. So I got to be careful. I got to cut those in half for now.
And
So
you
I'm
also
still learning about taking THC gummies, but done in moderation, they they are wonderful for your mind to relax.
and try watching Angry Video Game Nerd while high.
Oh my god, it's weird watching the. I mean, I'll watch any of like actually the majority of YouTube content I consume is not video game stuff since I'm so immersed in it in like my day to day that I don't watch. Like I'll watch like my friends' content. When James puts out a new nerd episode or anything, I'll watch that. Or like if John Riggs, I love John. John's a great guy. He's a close friend. I fucking love his videos. I watch anything he puts out. A handful of others. Like I wish Norm was still doing gaming historian. I know he's taking a break from that.
Oh yeah, Norm Crusoe.
Yeah, I've been friends with Norm friggin' forever from like back in the retroware TV days, and I loved his videos. The last one he did was like that Oregon Trail one that was like like an hour and a half documentary he did. I don't know how he did that. It's like I know his wife helped him out a lot, but it was essentially him being a one man army creating these and doing all the interviews and stuff. I don't know how the hell he did that. But yeah, like the majority of YouTube content I consume is not video game related stuff. I kind of need a break from it. So it's we don't have to get into it, but it's like political related content, and I don't know if you've seen on like my socials too, and we don't have to get into this also. I am a huge proponent of UFO UAP disclosure, and I follow. There's a massive community online of awesome podcasts and journalists and stuff that are talking about the reality of UFOs and how they're non-human, and there's a massive interaction with it going on, and a 80+ year cover up, and it's very real. And I am deeply, 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 ask any of the guys in my band. I am deeply entrenched in that. Get me going on UFOs. I will never shut the fuck up. My singer James Harding will joke about that on stage. Like, this is Adam Square Painter, our bass player, does awesome paintings. Don't mention UFOs to him because he won't shut the fuck up. Like, damn right I won't. So
Well, I got
that's a lot of the content that I consume. Actually, one of the latest channels I've been watching is Tasting History with Max Miller. He's huge. He's got like 4 million subscribers.
wow.
He's this guy. Yeah, he cooks dishes from like I watched one like table manners for the Ottoman Empire, and he like cooks a dish from like an area, and then like as it's cooking, he just goes into a historical breakdown. The episodes are about like 15-20 minutes. Me and my partner Nina will watch them with like dinner and like snuggle on the couch and watch a few episodes. The guy has tons and tons and tons of videos. It is just, his vibe is so relaxing. Like that's the kind of YouTube content I like. Like I'll take a gummy and watch like 5 episodes of Max Miller of
Jeez,
whatever
okay.
he's cooking from like, you know 1930s depression era like bread he's cooking and telling the history, and I'll just vibe out to that.
Send me the links after we're done here, if you don't mind
Yeah,
terribly.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
I'll,
Sure.
I'll send a few links to people I follow too.
Cool.
Most of them are close friends. There is one, I'm sure you know who he is, but maybe you haven't met him either. Is Nathan Barnett? He was Keith Abacary
Oh, of course.
dad.
I've known Keith. I've known Nate for friggin' years and years because he was part of Screw Attack, and
Was he?
yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh, wait
yeah,
a minute. Yes, of course. He his show. Yeah, that
yeah.
now I
He did
remember.
The Neo
Yep.
Geo song on there. But I
And then
met
he
him.
remixed it when he cut a promo against Dolph Ziggler,
Yeah, but
and he's wearing a Rip 'em T-shirt.
yeah, we actually, I don't know. James is like really good friends with Nate, and he still talks to him. And we wanted to have him do something with Rex Viper. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but Nate, like,
DJ,
what?
DJ.
DJ? What do you mean?
Well, Nathan Barnett could DJ and dance.
Oh, okay. Well, I know he could dance, and he's like a stunt man because he did that Christmas episode with James where he's like jumping through walls and shit. It was fucking
I
crazy.
still laugh over that
That
between us.
episode's amazing. Yeah, Nate's ridiculous, but he grew up in like me, and before I was painting, which we haven't even gotten into that. We can get into the history of how I started with all that shit. Before I was an artist, I
Whenever you're ready.
I I was a musician back before then in my late teens, all through my 20s. I played bass and guitar in like punk rock and hardcore bands, and Nate was all involved in like the hard. I mean, I know he's from like Massachusetts. He's from somewhere in the Northeast.
No, you're right. He is from Massachusetts.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes,
So
he
like the
is.
hardcore scene up there was crazy, and then I think he was in California also. I know he lives in LA now, but anyway,
Is he? I thought he was in Oregon.
I have no idea. I really don't know. But anyway, point is that anytime I would see him, me and him would just go on and on and on about like late '90s, early 2000s post hardcore, like because he was like front man for a band, and like I could absolutely see that of him just absolutely losing his fucking mind fronting a band. Like, but that's what I did years ago. I was never in a band of note. I got to play with some really big bands before they got big, like because I grew up like in Orange County, New York, which bordered New Jersey. Like New Jersey was only like 10 minutes away, and I don't know if you know anything about that scene of like everything from like pop punk, emo, post hardcore. That whole scene of like especially the East Coast, that like New Jersey was like this, and Long Island were like these meccas of it was just I don't know what the hell was in the water or the food of like all these incredible bands came out from there, and I was completely immersed in that scene starting from like 98 99 when I was like getting out of high school all the way into like the mid 2000s. So I would constantly be going to shows in New Jersey. I was playing in bands. I was my old hardcore band played a few shows with My Chemical Romance when they were just a band from New Jersey. They before like I think their first record, I brought me your bullets, your love, or whatever it was. That album's awesome, but that was like not even out yet. They were just another Jersey band. They were good. They were like the horror punk emo ish band back then, and yeah, they were nice dudes. And then yeah, they blew the fuck up. Like I don't know. Another one was it's that band Senses Fail. They're still around. They're still doing it after 20
Oh
years.
wow.
Yeah, like I remember like played a show with them. We opened for them, I don't know, 2003 or something before they got picked up. It was crazy, but I was always in bands that were like attached to like would play a show with any of these. So I never got anywhere. But that's what I did before I was doing Square Painter. I played I was either starting a band where I was writing the music, or I would join a band, and it's essentially like I'm all right, I'm a hired gun more so to play the songs you already wrote and pick it up from there.
Well, that used to be true until recently. Now you're with Rex Viper. Now you have a home.
Yeah, well, it's it's funny to get to that. If you wanna get to like my you want my origin story. You want that? We can get to my
Not yet. You
origins.
want to talk about
We'll
these?
do that. We'll do Square Painter. Yeah, So I've told this. The way I got started was in college. I had in like 2005 or something like that. I had a project. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick. I can't believe it.
Poor guy.
I I I had a project where I had to overlay a grid on a famous painting. So I did this Manet painting of this bartender that I really liked, and he had to take the average of the color in each square. So I'm sitting in my dorm room, and I lived in a dorm, a suite with like 7 other guys. It was fucking crazy. And I'm sitting out there painting, and one of my roommates comes in, and even then, like I had all my Super Nintendo games. Then I was the the roommate that fucking loved retro games and shit. So he like makes a joke. He's like, what are you painting pixels? What is this? Are you painting retro game shit now for class? Like you would do that. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. And I looked up a couple of sprites of Mega Man. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out. And I drew a grid on there on Bristol board, and I still have the original paintings. I actually have them down here somewhere of Mega Man in like 5 or 6 poses, and I painted those. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna do some more of them. And my paintings were terrible back then. I had no idea what I was doing.
No, I get
And
that.
so I just fucked around with that in college, and I stopped painting for a while. And then after I graduated in 2007, and I graduated with my graphic design degree, and go out into the world. And then we kind of had a really, really, really bad recession in 2008 for all the young people out there. I was like in my mid 20s. I was like 26. Couldn't find a job for shit. Couldn't do anything. And I was out to dinner one night with like a bunch of friends. We went out to get a little something to eat at like the diner, and some of my friends had this house where like everybody would come over to party. It was like the gaming party house, and they had all these blank walls. And I'm like, I got these Nintendo paintings I did in college. We can hang them up. Like, you can't keep them or anything. I would want them, but like, just display them up there. So, we went over. I got them. I had, I don't know, like 8 or 10 of these paintings, and they were just sitting around for like, over a year. And I hung them up in the house, and everybody fucking loved it. We would have all these they would have these huge parties, or like 100 people would be in the house, or playing games and going nuts, drinking and shit, having a good time. And just from encouragement from friends, they're like, you got to do this, you got to do this. I remember this guy Matt. He commissioned me for Mario on Yoshi with like the Yoshi sign in
Yep.
Super Mario World, like the mailbox. And that was like the first commission. He was like, I'm fucking paying you for this. And I'm like, this is too good. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this. So I started doing it more and more throughout 2008. And then a buddy of mine from high school, this guy Morgan, he was a year older than me, that I've known since like, I don't know, 96, 97, when I was in like the 10th grade. He was putting on an art show in Brooklyn at the time, and he needed artists on MySpace of all places. He posted this. So I messaged him like on AOL. I'm like, hey man, I'm doing these Nintendo paintings now. Like, could I do this show? He's like, yeah, sure. So I did this in this basement of this big building in Bushwick in Brooklyn, where he lived at the time, in like February of 2009, and it was huge. And all these people came out to it, and it was a group show with all these other artists, and I met a whole bunch of people there, and I started doing all of these art shows in New York, like in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, wherever. And I was like quasi living in Orange County with my parents, and with Morgan in Brooklyn. He was living in Williamsburg at the time. I was like going down there for like long weekends and like couch surfing with him. And he would be doing shows too. And like almost every weekend throughout like 2009, I was doing these shows. And then all throughout 2009, 2010, that's like what I did. I found freelance work when I could, and for design to make money, and I was doing art shows. And like 2010, the owner of Too Many Games, Paul Truitt, he still runs Too Many Games. He reached out to me on fucking DeviantArt because he saw my page on there. He's like, hey, I have this con called Too Many Games. We're doing this show in Reading, PA in like September of 2010. Do you want to do it? I'm like, fuck yeah. So I did the show then, and I actually met like a whole bunch of people that I'm still friends with to this day. Back then, it was this little rinky-dink one-day show at this little hotel in Reading, PA. It was one day. It was nuts. There was maybe 1,000 people that came out to it, and yeah. And then from there, I did Magfest in January of 2011. And that was before it was at the Gaylord, the big hotel. It was at the Mark Center in Alexandria, and it was like 3,000 people, and that was like that was the start of that. Really was like both feet on the gas for Square Painter becoming something. Like January of 2011 when I did that, that was like my first official convention. I booked my table. I didn't know anybody. I didn't even have a hotel. I met like this guy Earl, who's one of my closest friends now. I met him at this game store in New Jersey like a week before or a few weeks before MagFest, and he's like, "Oh, we're going. We have crash space in our hotel room. Come stay with us." So I stayed with
Wow.
him and sold at MagFest. I had one table. I didn't have a display. I had stuff stacked on the table. I had no idea what I was fucking doing, and that was when I got to meet like everyone, that like all the YouTube people that I was watching for years, like all the guys from Screw Attack back then. I met James. Or I'd met James before, but like Rolf was there hanging out, and he was a guest. If you know from like RetroWare, like Derek, who did Happy Video Game Nerd, and Pat, NES Punk Pat, like
I
all
met
of
him twice,
them.
by the way.
What?
I met Pat twice, by the way.
He's a good dude. I've known Pat for years, but like I met all of these people like at that show, and like I'm like I've been watching you guys for like the past 3, 4, 5 years now, however long you guys have been doing this for. Like while concurrently, like I'm starting this new venture of Square Painter, and like you guys have been like your reviews and stuff like give me ideas for paintings. Like I would watch one of James's reviews, and he would be like, "Oh, Castlevania 2, where you have to like kneel and the little the whirlwind comes." I'm like,
Yep.
that would make a great little a small painting.
Yes, it
So
would.
yeah, so I like from all of them, I got so many fucking ideas, and just being at that con was like Magfest is fucking magic anyway. It's changed so much throughout the years, but especially back then, like that show was one of the greatest weekends I ever had in my life. It really it changed my fucking life. It set me on this whole other trajectory of doing shows at conventions and becoming a creator person in the space. I guess made all these friends. I met. That's when I met like it was like when Craig was running Screw Attack, and you had Chad and Jared, but even before he was doing the Pro Jared thing, it was like he was
Oh
on
yeah,
Screw
Pro
Attack.
Jared.
Yeah, and like I met them there, and I was watching their shit all the time, and I did an interview with them, and it was really cool. And then we talked a little bit about like Chad was like, yeah, we want to bring like art people on, and like like maybe we can do something. And I messaged him like a week or two after Magfest, like, hey, you think we can partner up? And I remember getting the email while I was driving home in my car and being like, oh my god, they want to Screw Attack wants to partner with me, and it was incredible, and it became this whole thing, and I started doing all these other conventions and shit, and it snowballed from there into like what I'm doing today. And yeah, it's wild that I would do like freelance graphic design work for years while doing Square Painter. And then once when COVID hit, I thought, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm probably gonna have to pick up freelance work again because I don't know what's gonna happen. And it actually my my whole career like became full time. Like people just bought tons of my art over COVID, and since then, since 2020, I'm beyond grateful that I get to do the Square Painter thing full time. I'm sitting in a house that I co-own with my wonderful fiance Nina in Philly, and yeah, I'm beyond grateful that I get to eke out a living painting fucking squares from video games from 30 years ago. It's wild.
And that's just the beginning for you, though.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, with Rex, you want to get into how with Rex Viper, the Rex Viper origin story?
How about
All
it?
right, sure. So, the one convention that Nina and I would travel for was Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So my friend Earl, who I stayed with at Magfest, he
Yep.
works for Southwest Airlines, and he would get us buddy passes so we could fly out there for free. I mean, you
Oh
just had
wow.
to fly on standby, which is like insane. You like, it is crazy to do that. Like you pay in other ways for your plane tickets of like flying on standby. It's nuts. So we would do that. So one year, Nina and I weren't vending. This was 2019. Uh, so Earl messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you wanna hit up PRG? Like, I got a hotel room. It's not that much. Fuck it, we'll go." Like, all right, sure. I can get off. I I had a freelance job at the time. Like, sure, I could take time off from that. Nina took time off, so we went out there for the weekend. And uh, like um, James had texted me. He's like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to Portland Retro Gaming. Like, Cinemassacre is going to be doing an autograph signing, and like a whole bunch of the guys are going." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like, I'm going to. We'll hang out." And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to see. You want to go see Guar? Like, Guar is going to be playing out in Portland." Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love Guar. Like, one of the best live shows ever. So what happened was like the first night, I forgot, whatever it was, then one of the nights we were there, it was me and Nina and one of my best friends, Rob, and James went to go see Guar at some club in Portland. And then after Guar played, me and James are like sitting at the bar having a drink, and he's just telling me, he's like, "Yeah, I got this idea for like this band where like I want to mash up like 80s rock, like just shit from movies, like, you know, rocking 80s music." He's like, "Oh, you know what Cybertronic Spree kind of does it, like, you know, like I always had the idea of covering music from the Transformers." He's like, "But I want to take that and like, what if we mashed it up with video game music?" He's like, "I got this idea for Ken's theme from Street Fighter 2 with Mighty Wings because it's the same chord progression." And I'm like, we're sitting there and I'm like, "Why are we not fucking doing this? Let's do this." Because me and him, like at cons, you know, like we just, he was whenever I was doing the square painter thing at a lot of East Coast cons, he was there doing the AVGN thing. So, you know, with like everyone, we would all just hang out afterwards. So we knew each other for years. And, you know, we always talked about, because James was like, "Oh, I play guitar." And I was like, "Yeah, I play guitar and bass. That would be fun if we played music sometime." And then it became that in 2019 that like, fuck it, let's do this band. And we started throwing ideas around, and it was just me and him at first. And you know, so like he's playing rhythm guitar, I'm playing bass, and we have no name. We're figuring out what the hell this thing is going to be. And then, you know, that wonderful thing called COVID hits in 2020, and we're all stuck inside. And it actually, like, us being inside and being able to focus on music forced us to like create Rex Viper for what it is now. Like, so we started just recording things on our own of like just scratch tracks and sending them back and forth. And then Rolf was just, he texted me, he's like, "Hey, got another guy involved, you might know him. He put together this arrangement." And he sends me a MIDI arrangement of Mighty Wings of ours, and I'm like, "This is fucking awesome the way it goes back and forth into the other tracks." And he's like, "Yeah, you know him. It's James Ronald." I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, Ronald wants to do this." So I messaged Ronald on Facebook. I'm like, "Are we in a band?" And he just like smiled. He's like, "Maybe." Like, "Dude," I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, "Yep." Like, "All right." So we had this unnamed band. And so at the time, so Rolf got his friend, this guy Jeff, who he grew up with in New Jersey. It was like
Wharton,
his
right?
friend's younger brother or something. And Jeff was a sick drummer, really funny guy too.
You talking about Jeff Wharton, right?
Yes, yeah, the
I'm friends with
original.
him on Facebook too.
Oh, you are? Oh, cool. Yeah,
Absolutely,
he's a rad guy. But
he is.
so
Got to get him
he
on the show.
yeah, so he was the original drummer of Rex Viper in
Right.
like 2020 when we didn't even have a name. I remember sitting on there tossing ideas around. Like, I don't know, I remember him pushing a name called like Cobratron or something like that. I was like, "That's pretty cool, I guess." But he so he moved from Jersey to like California, and I don't know what kind of job he has. Anyway, it was a uh, he got really busy and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. So like,
He told me it was about scheduling conflicts.
yeah, it was scheduling and it was
That
really
was all I
difficult.
needed to hear.
Yeah, and it sucked. And like, we didn't have a keyboard player at the time. Like Kieran, do you know, remember
Hmm.
Kieran from Cinemasker?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Kieran for fucking 13 years, way before he was
Really?
on there. Oh god, yeah, him and Justin Silverman and all those fucking idiots, like that whole crew of people. I've known all of them for fucking ever because they were just the local guys coming out to every con and, you know, partying and doing the damn thing. So James kept pushing Kieran to like, "Hey, do play keyboard," and Kieran's like, "I just fuck around with my guitar. I don't practice like you guys do." So
Right.
like he did the first video with us, and he did I think he didn't even do when we did Power of Love, we didn't really have keys in that in our first iteration of it, of our first um recording of it. And like we didn't really, I don't even think we had a name for the first when we did Mighty Wings and then Power of Love, which
Yep.
was both in 2020. Like when I recorded those, I
Excuse me.
um I didn't even have a bass at the time. I used Nina's bass. Nina had this little Squire Bronco bass, which is like, it feels like a Guitar Hero controller for how small this thing is. And I
Oh
played
wow.
that for like, yeah, for the video. And then soon after I bought like a Squire Jazz bass. It wasn't that great, but yeah, and we all filmed individually. And so around that time, we Jeff was still in the band and we didn't have a keyboard player, but um and then we got our, well anyway, for sorry, I'm going too far. When with Mighty Wings, I heard the demo from Mighty Wings of like vocals, like Ronald was like, "Oh, hey, I got this guy who's going to do vocals for us." And I hear like these soaring 80s vocals of Harding, and I had never even met the guy before. I'm like, "Oh, this sounds fucking awesome." And I'm seeing like the raw cut of the video that Rolf's putting together. I was like, "This is fucking great." And I didn't even know Harding was British until we got on a Zoom meeting, and I'm like, "You are super British. Holy shit." I couldn't tell from his singing voice that he was. Yeah, it was really funny. So
I
the
thought he
band
was
started.
from. I thought he was from Toronto.
Oh, he lives in Toronto now, but him and his wife are both from the UK.
No
They grew up.
kidding.
Yeah, they're from England. Yeah, so
No idea.
I know they both got their Canadian citizenship, which is awesome. Yeah, they've been living there for years. So
That's
yeah,
great, man.
yeah, it's wild. So so we eventually, like, things keep going, and so we get the way we got the keyboard player, the way we got Dino in the band was it was July 4th, 2021. Like we were really getting stuff together because Too Many Games was scheduled out for October of 2021 because of COVID. You know, I don't know if you went to that one. That was when it came back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, yeah. So that was our first show. We had it booked then of like, okay, we'll play this, but we got to get a lineup going. So Jeff was still in the band at the time. He was planning to come back from California and play the show. And I'm at a July 4th party, and Dino is there, and I'm actually talking to um, uh, on the way to the party, I'm talking to Nina in the car, and Nina's like, "Why don't you ask Dino to play keys for your band for Rex Viper?" And I'm like, "Man, Dino's in like a whole bunch of projects, and like they're so good at keys. I'm like, I don't know if they'd want to." And they overheard me talking about it at the party, and Dino was like, "Oh, hey, you need a keyboard player?" I was like, "Yeah, we do." And like we sat down, and I'm showing them, like, here's Mighty Wings, here's Power Love, and we already had Hearts on Fire already kind of demoed out already. We had a very
Mhm.
rough demo of it and like a video stills of stuff. Like Rolf had kind of half cobbled together the video, and so I'm like showing Dino this on my phone, and then like we had a MIDI track of Eye of the Tiger at the time. Like I think Ronald just put that together like a few days before of the mashup of Mega Man 2 Wily with Eye of the Tiger, the Eye of the Tiger electronic song. Like, so I'm showing Dino that, and he's like, "I love this. This is great. Fuck it, I'll play keys. I could learn all this stuff." I'm like, "Dude, awesome."
Wow.
So we had a group text going, and I texted everybody. I'm like, "I found a keyboard player." I'm like, the creator, the frontman of Chromelodian Cheap Dinosaurs, like Dino is like, I can vouch for them up and down of being like the best human being and like the most incredible musician. Like Dino plays keys, I can't even keep up with what they're doing. Of like they're just a maestro of keyboard. They're insane of how good they are. So
Mm.
so things are coming together. We're working on stuff, and then August of was it August? Because it was October. It was like August or September. It was soon, fairly soon before the show. I get a text from Rolf, and he's freaking out. He's like, "Jeff can't make it to Too Many Games. He just quit the band. He can't do it. Um, like I'm about to cancel the show for Too Many Games. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm flipping out." And everyone else is like, "Oh shit." So I already had Brad in mind for drummer, our current drummer, Brad Conklin. Me and Brad go back 25 years. We worked together at this crazy phone rep job that was a scam job in like
Uh,
2000. And it was awful. But I met a lot of great people then. Yeah, he played in a lot of punk and hardcore bands, and like we knew each other. We were always friends, but we never played in a band before. And he was actually, as the demos were coming out for Rex Viper, he would message me on Facebook and be like, "What the fuck is this band that you're in playing like 80s rock nerd video game music with fucking James Rolfe, what is this that you're doing? And I'm like, oh, it's this whole thing we're doing. And he's like, this is fucking awesome. He's like, man, I'd love to play in a band like that. And things already were looking a little iffy with Jeff. And I'm like, funny you should mention that. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, I had Brad in mind. So right after I got that text from James, I'm like, I messaged Brad. I was like, yo, Rex Viper needs a drummer. You want to fill in for Too Many Games? And he's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. And I'm like, we're gonna hop on a Zoom call like tonight or tomorrow. You know, I'm sure everything will work out. Like, I'm vouching for you. I know how good of a drummer you are. And he's like, dude, I'll start learning the songs right now. I'm like, okay. So it hopped on a Zoom call, and I told him, like, look, man, pretty much, like, if you fill in for this show and it works out, and I'm sure it will, like, you want to be the drummer? He's like, absolutely. I'm like, all right, cool. So we all hop on the Zoom call and everything like that. And, we smooth everything out. It's like, okay. So Brad learns all the songs in, like, I mean, we had the 4 songs of Mighty Wings, Power Love, Eye of the Tiger, and Hearts on Fire. We had those in a can, and then we were working on Scar Fox and The Touch, and we had like those were like kind of ideas that were put together, like just some cobbled ideas. So we start working on things together, or like we're all practicing individually, and then we didn't actually get to sit in the same room together like until maybe a week before Too Many Games. So and it was just crazy how this all worked out. And like my house here, it's blurry, but when Nina and I moved in, this house was cosmetically a fucking shithole. We had to like redo all the floors and like repaint everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we got a great deal on the house. A lot of work we had to do for like 2 months. So it was like early October, like a week before, or late September or something like that, a week before Too Many Games. Like we had just gotten the flooring put in, and I had Brad and Harding and Ronald staying at my house downstairs, like on couches, and we have a tiny little 2-story row house. So we have like, besides me and Nina and our 2 cats, we have 3 more grown men staying here for a week. So we there's a practice space in North Philly over here that we practiced at, that we just rented out every day for like hours and hours and hours, and just practiced everything. And the first song I remember that we like, and I've been in bands before where like it takes a while for like you to get your chemistry down and to get through the songs and learn the intricacies of just how everybody else works. It takes a while to get that. When we played for the first time, we get to the practice space and we're like, all right, one of us was noodling around on Hearts on Fire. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's start with that. Hearts on Fire is not an easy song. It's like there's a lot of parts to it and like key changes and stuff, like, and it's long. It's like 6 minutes. So yes. It's my favorite one to play because it's just the bass parts there's so many of them. And we played it through no stops. First time in the room together, first song. And we looked at each other like, it sounded pretty damn good. And I just knew then, but from being in so many bands before, I'm like, my God, we got through like pretty much our hardest song of the first 4 that we have, of like the most complicated one. And it sounded pretty good. And okay, cool. So we practiced everything else and it sounded great. And then as we were practicing like the 4 or 5 days before Too Many Games every day at this practice space, we kind of like Scar Fox came together. That one's pretty simple. And the touch is long and it has a lot of repeating parts, but just where the transitions are is difficult. And we kind of like, we had a MIDI file for it of a basic idea of like, all right, let's drop the double dragon part in here of where the solo would go. And then we'll have a whole outro for the moon theme. And it was kind of an idea of like how it was going to fit. And Dino had a bunch of ideas. It's like, oh, I can do this transition for like 2 measures and then we can bring it in. So we kind of wrote that together, like just put it all together as we're practicing our set. And it came together. Actually, the video for the touch that we put out, the black and white one, is in the practice space that we first were practicing at. So that footage of us playing the touch and like we see us smiling and looking at each other when we're playing, that was us putting the touch, our version of it, together in the practice space together, of us figuring out where the transitions are going to go and like just you're feeling out the chemistry of everybody else, and it came together so organically and it felt so good. And it not to say our first show went out without a hitch, it's pretty rough. You go back and watch it, it's definitely a band's first fucking show, but like you could tell the groundwork was there for like, we got something good going here. We got something good. Let's keep doing this. So the show went off great, and we had a great time. But yeah, that video for the touch, it's just it for us personally, or for me personally, like I watched that and it's like, damn, that was like 4 years ago, and that was when we were first putting this fucking band together, and we were playing our first show, and like that footage of the touch was like us just kind of figuring shit out on the fly of us being together in the room at the same time. I was never in a virtual band before. Everything was always like, local dudes, people in New York or New Jersey. You get together twice a week to practice and stuff. So like with Rex Viper, we all practice on our own and stuff like that. It's just Rex Viper is a slow moving, complicated machine. We only play a
Yes.
handful of shows a year. Wish we could do more. But yeah, that's how that's how it came together, of us being remotely doing everything for COVID. It just was this weird remote project that we did, and became this 6-piece band of dudes in their 40s playing 80s rock and video game music. And it's weird that like this is definitely the biggest band I've been in. Every show we've had, it's just, I never had the experience before with any show I ever played. When you come out on stage and it's a sea of heads, where like you can see the first 2 rows of people, and then it's just a huge crowd of
Yep.
people watching you. And I never had that experience before till this, which was amazing too. So like it is definitely the biggest band I've ever been in, and it's weird that like the biggest band that I'm in now is like not from the scene that I came from, like not any like punk or
Right.
hardcore bands or anything like
From
that.
Jersey.
That it's a fucking nerdy dad rock cover band of what we're doing. Like, we're having a great fucking time doing it. It's just we're covering everything. We're doing mashups of all the shit that makes us who we are. It's Rex Viper. It's workout music for nerds. That's just what the silly thing we like to call it. But it's a big love letter to everything that made us who we are, from what we were raised on as kids. All the movies we grew up with, all the video games we grew up with, everything we fucking loved, and put it in a blender and had 6 nerdy weird guys shit it out. And that's Rex Viper.
You just gave me an idea to give to your band, but I don't think that would be valid. So I'm just gonna just
Of what? Of a mashup?
for a song.
Oh, I mean, go ahead. But like, people always are coming up and like, hey, you should do this or that, and it's like sometimes it'd be a good idea. But okay. But we the Google Doc. I mean, we have like a million email chains going, and like a Google Doc of everything that we need to do just to keep everything organized. But of just potential ideas for mashups. Like, we want to start writing originals too, and maybe threading some video game music in there. We're still figuring out how that's going to work. But
You
as
can do
far
all
as,
three if you can do all three at due time.
yeah, I guess. I mean, you know what? It's just a matter of how it works out, like, organically, and I'm fine with that. But we have the list of potential songs that we want to cover, and then video game music that we want to cover, and then seeing like what goes with what and what we could put where. And I just, like, the other day I was coming up with other ideas. Me and Rolf came up with other ideas. I was at his place like 2 weeks ago. We were filming for one of the. We're all done with filming the videos. We did the last one. So yeah, I was over there like 2 weeks ago, and we're fucking around filming, and then we just started getting ideas for like new mashups there. So we started adding new shit to the list there.
Ooh, ooh! You just can't. You just inspired a good idea.
What?
Monster Mash.
A monster? Oh, doing the Monster Mash song with something? Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, depends what it's got to be in like the same key, and see how it works and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a matter of like,
I'm not gonna give. I won't give you any more ideas because I want your ideas. I'm sure you want your ideas to be organic and not from any other outside sources.
I
So
mean, if you have good
I'm gonna
ideas,
sit
that's
back.
fine. And like, it's like, oh, it's like, that's a good idea. I'd kick it to everybody else. I'm like, hey, how do you feel about this? Because there's a lot of things of like, is the key going to work? Are we going to destroy Harding's vocals if like, if like, it's in like an insanely high key, and he can't hit some of the notes or anything? Like, I don't want to kill him, or
No.
the guitar solo is absolutely bonkers insane, and like, Ronald can handle it, but he's like, damn, like, I got to pull this off live. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like there's even, you know, that we've all had things like that where like we got to change a few things. Like, yeah, like I'm a decent bass player. I'd say I'm a C average bass player. I'm not anything crazy. Uh, so like I could do like not the most complicated shit. You know, I'm not looking to do flashy stuff in Rex Viper anyway. That's why I play with a pick. Like, you know, I'm just keeping like the punchy like, you know, bass lines down for rock. Like, you know, in Hearts on Fire, there were some deceptively difficult parts in there for like one of the
Excuse me.
fills in there where I had to be like, okay, I got to scale this down a little bit because like this is like my fingers do not bend in this way to like hit this riff. Yeah, like I can stretch my fingers pretty far, but I'm like I can pull it off, but like I don't know if I can pull it off live. And like, you know what, let's just change that like one phrasing, that one bar of like let's tone it down a little bit.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, I get that.
yeah.
I mean, you're not get. You just said it yourself, and without putting words in your mouth, you're not getting any younger. You got to take care of yourself.
Oh God, well, yeah. There's that too.
But the
Yeah,
other thing too, I wanted to say from the beginning, but you're giving me the opportunity now, is that you just proved to the world, including myself, that there are such a thing as second chances because you got yours.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm
I
serious.
mean,
I'm serious
all right. I appreciate that.
because
Yeah.
I got my second chance too to get back in the industry.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm
Because
glad you're
I'm
here.
working with the, I met a bunch of friends, the association, and now I work for them as a production assistant.
Oh,
And
that's
then
great.
we're planning out other things, and they want to be involved with my channel inevitably, like directing, co-writing episodes, blah blah blah.
That's great. Well, I'm more than happy. You know, very happy to be on here. You know, as a guest with you too. You know, after meeting at TMG, I was very happy to be here to do this. But that's great. That's great to hear that. Yeah, it's weird how things work out. I never thought at 43 years old I would be painting pixels from video games that I grew up with in my childhood and being able to like eke out a living doing that and concurrently playing in a band also. And not saying Rex Viper is a money making machine, it is not. Like it is.
Maybe it will, but that's not the point.
No, it's definitely not the point at all. You know, like, yeah, we'll sell some merch here and there, and like, yeah, we just hit 10,000 subs on our YouTube channel, which is beyond peanuts. It's nothing. Like, we are not killing it by any means financially with Rex Viper.
10,000.1 to be exact.
Oh, we hit 10,001. All right, cool. Yeah, so like it's you know, we love doing it. We love what we do. That you know, it just we wish we could play more shows a year. We did 3 shows this year, and that's pretty much gonna be it for the year. It seems like for because everyone's schedules again circling back of being in your 40s. I think Harding is the child in the band, and Harding is 38, 39. Like he's the one that's in his 30s still. But you know,
He's the lead singer, right?
yeah, the singer.
Thank you.
Yeah. But like all of us have, like, you know, like Harding has, you know, he's married. He has a 9 to 5, you know, corporate job. You know, he's
Yep.
very busy. We all have our things besides this. I'm painting. I'm constantly traveling and doing things. It, you know, Dino does sound for like at a bunch of music clubs here in Philly. Brad has a corporate job. Ronald is doing freelance like music stuff. He's married and has a kid. I mean, Rolf, do I even have to tell you, you know, how busy he is? You know, and he's married and has 2 kids. It's like, you know, it's especially when you have a family, it's like it's that much more difficult to do things, you know, because you know Ronald also has, you know, he has a little dude, so you know it's a lot being, and it's great that I'm honored that I get to do this, you know, as a nerdy middle-aged human being, like that I get to, this is what I do.
I say for you, this is only the beginning, and I'm saying that to be perfectly honest with
Oh, I
you.
hope so. I
Yeah, I'm a
really,
fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of Rex Viper. Yes, I'm a fan of your artwork. But I'm also saying this, if I could say as a friend, also, it's like
sure.
you're killing it. Just
Thank
it's only
you,
the beginning.
thank you.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
I thank you. I really appreciate it. But like, yeah, for next year, I mean, my long term plans for me is, you know, if we weren't a hard enough moving machine with Rex Viper, the fact that I'm moving to Japan next year is fucking wild. That and I'm still staying. Like I said, I'm still staying in the band. I'll still be able to come back for the handful of shows and things like that. But we're still figuring out shows for next year. Like I wouldn't be fully moved over into Japan probably till spring. Probably that's I don't know when it's going to be, late winter, early spring next year. So we played Magfest this year in January. I don't know about, we would like to next year, but we're still, again, ironing out all the details for that. It's just it's a complicated machine to have for what we're doing. So we're seeing what the deal is with that. And then yeah, we'll see what other offers we have. We have the record coming out. We have everything recorded. We're getting the album art done. We want to have physicals for it. I know the guys were pushing for vinyl. I know that's kind of hard to do. What I
I
would
was just
like to
about to ask you about that.
yeah, we want to, and that's all tentative up in the air. I mean, once everything's done with that, we'll have everything on like Apple Music and Spotify, because we took the, I didn't even know they were taken down. I just noticed one day that our songs, like, oh shit, we're not on Spotify anymore. Like, all right, and those were like glorified like COVID demos anyway. The studio
That's
recordings
true.
sound so much better.
Maybe.
I mean, there weren't even keyboard in Power of Love, and how you gonna have Power of Love without those iconic keys? But
I agree.
yeah, but yeah, everything, the recordings sound great. We're all really happy with them. You could hear them right now on our YouTube channel with all the videos that we're doing. We have a whole bunch of other videos coming out. I think the latest one we just put out was our set from it was Toronto of last year. I can't even keep up with stuff. The one that just came out on Wednesday was yeah, I think it was actually, yeah. My parents told me, because my parents,
Was it Hearts on Fire? No.
no, we put out Hearts on Fire 2 weeks ago. I think the latest video was our set from when we played with Cybertronic Spree last August in Toronto, which
I'm
was a
trying
lot
to
of
think.
fun.
Is it Never Surrender?
No, Never Surrender came out a while ago.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
'Cause
if you just look
I'm
on our
on the Rex
channel,
Viper page right now. I've only seen 6 videos.
hold on, hold on. Let's do this. Let's see.
Oh, and while you do that, I have a challenge for your other bandmates.
You have a
This
challenge
excludes you
for
because you don't drink no more.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Sure.
tell your other bandmates that next time they play Contra on Nintendo, treat it like a drinking game. So every time you die, you have to drink one shot.
Yikes. All right. I mean, if I was still drinking, I would probably have to take 1 to 2 shots before I beat the game, and that's without 30 lives code, because I'm really good at
Wait,
Contra.
so you could beat Contra without the 30 life code?
Oh, easy.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd like to do it without the spread gun. Then it's really hard.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's to get the spread and then the R, the rapid fire.
Yep.
You're set.
Well, no,
Contra's hard,
I
but
bring up
it's like it's all repetition. The latest video that we did, it was from 4 days ago, was yeah, live at August 23rd last year, when we played with our buds in Cybertronic Spree. Shout out Cybertronic. They are way better
Rex
than
Viper
us.
live in Toronto. It was a live. Oh, it's a live show.
Yeah. We opened for Cybertronic Spree, which we're honored to do that, and we're friends with them, and it's like honored for that, because they are so fucking good. They're amazing. Their set at Magfest was incredible. That fucking rock opera they did with the Dead Optimus Prime is like incredible. They're amazing. Wow.
You got more songs on here than I expected.
Yeah, we have a lot of songs.
A lot of live stuff. This is great.
Yeah, not a lot. I mean, we've only, to be honest, in like our 4 years and 5 years, whatever, of doing this, I think we've only played like 8 or 9 live shows. We only get to do a handful a year. I wish we could play more. I wish we could, man. Like, I really wish we could. I practice all the time, a couple hours a week. I set aside to practice bass, just run through the songs, run through the set, practice other songs that like I'd like to cover, other songs I like, it's tough. It's tough to do it.
Have you considered the possibility or goal of Rex Viper playing at San Diego Comic-Con one day?
Oh, we'd love to. If they wanted to, and they want to fly us out there and put us up in the hotel and, pay us whatever fee to play, so we make a little bit of money there, just to make it worthwhile, so it at least covers the money we're not getting from doing our day jobs. Sure. I would love to. There's this San Diego SoCal Retro Gaming, that one. I know they've asked us to play. I know my buddies Aaron and Ricky, who I don't know what the channel is now. It used to be Retro Liberty. Remember that? It was like collecting channel. They're great dudes. They run SoCal Retro Gaming. I ran into them at the uh, Game On in Arizona, and I was talking to them. They wanted us to come play, which would be awesome. I would love to. I've never been to San Diego before.
Well, just another thought, and this is just me just spitballing, but how would you feel about Rex Viper and each member of the band individually, including you, go to horror conventions?
Oh yeah, I mean we're very open to that. If a horror con wanted us
Yeah,
to play, I mean we're all huge horror fans. We have tons of ideas. Like we did Man Behind the Mask, which we played. It was actually the first time we played it was Friday the 13th in October in 2023.
number six, right?
Which one? Yeah, I think it
He's
is. Yeah, it's
he's
the
back
Alice
the man
Cooper
behind the
song.
mask from Alice Cooper. That's number
Yeah,
six.
yeah, part six. Yeah. So we did that, and I think we want to work on it a little bit more. We'll see, because like right now, Ronald does like the NES like cabin theme, and then we'll go into the song with like the big pull. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we played it. We played it twice now, so we brought it back for too many games, and it was a lot of fun to do that. Playing in a Jason mask it is not easy. Like the song is very simple, but when you're on stage under the lights and like your face is sweating and your mask is like slipping and you can't really see
Oh,
out
of
of
course,
it,
of
and
course.
yeah, to just make sure you get the transitions down. It's even though it's an easy song, like trying to do all that live is not is not the simplest thing.
Well, first of all, I
So
love that song from Alice Cooper. It's one of my favorites of all
all
time.
right.
Just to be
I was
clear.
never really like an Alice Cooper fan. I was never really into his music. And Rolf brought it up, like, hey, maybe we should do this. And he played it for me. I'm like, all right, you know what? And
No,
then
he's
like
on
once
to
we
something.
started putting it together and I learned the bass line, I'm like, oh, the bass line, like I said, it's not that hard. It's a lot of fun to play. Um, and yeah, it just the song came together quick. It's nice. Once we have a solid idea, we can all learn our parts and get it down pretty quick. So yeah, I'm excited for that. We want to do more horror stuff. Definitely Castlevania. We're all massive Castlevania fans. We want to do that. We have ideas. Ideally, we would love to do like a Halloween styled EP, which I am more than convinced it's going to become a full length album, because all of our brains don't friggin' stop, and especially now it's horror and video games together. Like we're just gonna be shitting ideas out and seeing what works, because like my brain will not stop with that. Like I was watching Return of the Living Dead, and like the theme song for that, and then like the Do You Want to Party song, when the zombies are coming out of the graves. We would actually have to change the lyrics to that, because I don't know how familiar you are with that. You ever seen Return of the Living Dead? Punk rock zombie movie from like
Only the
'84.
first half, and that was recently, about a month
Okay,
ago,
dude, the movie,
for
and
the
I'm
first
not a
time ever.
really big. I like zombie horror is not really my thing, but that movie I fucking love for how like over the top schlock punk rock '80s nonsense it is. I love it, but
Wait a minute, so you're not into zombies?
not really. No, zombie stuff
No.
was like, yeah. I mean, there's
Wow.
like some zombie survival games like State of Decay and like Days Gone. I fucking love those games. But
Resident
yeah,
Evil.
no, never played. I was a Silent Hill guy. I never was into Resident Evil. I should go back and play them. But yeah,
No,
zombies
no,
were
no,
like,
no. If you're going to play them, let me teach you because I'm a master.
oh, I like to learn on my own. Let me learn on my own. Uh,
I
like
offered.
I appreciate it, but yeah,
It's all good.
zombies
It's
are
all
like
good.
Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and all that stuff. Like, yeah, they're cool and all, but it was never that zombies were never like my forte with horror movies. I like psychological horror, or like over the top schlocky, uh, like ridiculous '80s gore. I love those types of horror movies, but
I'm trying to think. Like, if you're talking about movies then, and here we are now. Isn't there going to be another Evil Dead movie coming out?
I think so. I haven't seen the Evil Dead movies in a long time, and I know they're great movies. I haven't seen them in a long time. There's the Evil Dead PS2 game, which is a lot of fun. But anyway, circling back to what I was saying, the
Actually, there's one for PS5.
oh, is there really? I don't even
Yes.
have a PS5. I have a
Yes.
PS4 that doesn't even work anymore. I have a PS3. PS everything up to PS3. I play all my new. I play a ton of modern shit too. It's all on my PC. I play it all on Steam.
We'll talk later.
Sure. I yeah, if you want to get into what I've been playing now too.
Of
But
course.
the the song "Do You Want to Party" when all the zombies are coming out of the ground, like
Yep.
that chorus is cool. And we had the idea a while, and we all came to the realization, like we listened to the actual song, the verses in that song, the lyrics are fucking horrible. It's about like rape and all sorts of shit. It's
Uh,
yeah, it's really fucked up of like, because you don't know, like in the song, that you just hear the "Do you want to party" chorus over the zombies, and it's like, oh, that's like catchy '80s punk. So we're like, oh shit, we should do that. Like, oh fuck balls, we're gonna have to change this. So I had the idea of like writing a song about zombies being like an overused trope in NES games, and we'd have to have a line in the song about how we changed the lyrics because it's like the song was fucking horrible before. Like, what the hell are you singing about? You know, so that's just an idea that we have. But I love Return of the Living Dead. We had an idea of like of doing a video shoot where we would set up all these headstones and have fog machines going, and we would have like punk rock zombie makeup on and playing like that's just it's one of the million fucking ideas that we have of something that we want to do. I would love to see us do it. If we can make it happen,
it
we'll make
will.
it happen.
It's
We'd
going to
love to.
happen.
We would love to. We have.
It will. It will.
I'd love it. Endless
Well,
fucking ideas.
I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love it. And in fact, you might have gave away a spoiler where you're talking about the Friday the 13th. He's back. Man behind the mask
Yeah,
combined with
yeah.
the NES music. I think you just gave us a spoiler.
But I did
I think so.
what I do.
Well, you talked about the possibility of taking "He's Back" from Alice Cooper to NES Friday the 13th music
Well,
as
we
a
already
song.
have that. It just Ronald plays the cabin intro as we go into it in the song. But I would just like to see if we could possibly, because we do want to record that song. Like, we like it, fuck it, we'll do it. Like that song, like for me not being an Alice Cooper fan, that song has really grown on me. Like it's a lot
Yeah.
of fun to play. To hit those bass hits right at the beginning. Oh, when you lock in with the drums, it sounds so good. But
There is two versions of the song. One of them has more keyboard than guitar.
oh really? I would just
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll
all
send you the
right.
link.
I listened to whatever version was on Spotify, and I just learned it off that.
It was probably the music video version.
Probably, I don't know. It
Yeah,
was like the
it's
last
the most
song.
common.
It's the last song on one of his albums or something, and then
Yeah,
yeah, and then just put it together from there.
it's
But
just a shame that he didn't play that song when he toured with Motley Crue during their farewell tour.
oh really? He didn't?
Because Alice Cooper was opening for Motley Crue, and this
All
was supposed
right.
to be the final tour. And Alice Cooper's like, "Please play He's Back Man Behind the Mask." He
Uh-huh.
didn't.
Well, that
Oh
sucks.
well.
But I mean, besides that, I know like the what's the Alice Cooper song that's in Dazed and Confused? The School's Out for Summer.
Yeah, and then Wayne's World had Feed
Yeah,
My
yeah.
Frankenstein.
Then I was gonna say "Feed My Frankenstein." Those are the only songs I know because I Dazed and Confused and Wayne's World I fucking love. Those are classics.
You weren't in the theater in Delaware when they made fun of Delaware.
No, no.
I was, and so were my siblings, and the whole
Yeah.
audience cheered.
I'm just hi. I'm in Delaware. Yeah,
Exactly.
of course. Yeah, man. I remember. Jeez, I was in 6th grade when Wayne's World came out. That movie's
Seventh or
amazing.
eighth for me.
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, the second one's
I got
funny.
the poster in my house.
Huh?
I got the poster in my house.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I've been wanting to do even from the horrible NES game. I've been wanting to like retool the sprites from that and do a Wayne and Garth painting.
You could.
Oh, I
You
could.
realize that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely like redraw the sprites. I mean, they look horrible. You can tell. Was it LJN that did Wayne's World, or it's THQ? It was one of those horrible
I think it was
developers.
THQ.
Yeah, I think THQ is honestly worse than fucking than LJN. THQ is really bottom of the barrel shit.
Mindscape's pretty bad too.
Yeah, yeah. Ocean for Super Nintendo. You get some really fucking bad ones with
Like
Ocean.
RoboCop 2.
What? Huh?
RoboCop 2 and 3.
Oh, the garbage. It sucks. Yeah. The RoboCop 1 for NES is like playable at least. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 being being generous. But RoboCop 2 and 3 for any of those systems are absolute garbage. RoboCop vs Terminator though is fucking awesome. Like I played the Super Nintendo one with that really sick box. That might be
Yes.
one of the few that I'm going to keep. But the Genesis one, it's one of the few games where it came out on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, slightly different versions. The Genesis one is better than the Super Nintendo one, which I
How
discovered
so?
a few years ago. It's quicker paced, more weapons, it's more violent, it has better levels, it is just a better all around experience than the it's less clunky than the Super Nintendo one, which I fucking love the Super Nintendo game. Like I beat it, which is incredibly difficult. But if you want to, which could dovetail right into what I've been playing recently, and one of those is have you played RoboCop's one of my all-time favorite movies. RoboCop fucking Rogue City, that first-person shooter. It
I
came
have
out
it on
in
PS5.
what? Yeah, it's out on PS5. I'm
Yeah, I
playing.
have a copy.
It's incredible. 10 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10 game. Even though like it has its flaws, but it's like it's such a good RoboCop game. The company Tion that did it, it's like they did that Terminator Resistance game, and Terminator 1 and 2 are like holy fucking movies to me. Like their game Terminator Resistance is the only thing that deserves the Terminator name. Like Terminator Resistance is what T3 should have been. But anyway, I'm playing the DLC RoboCop Rogue City, the unfinished business. Amazing. There you go. Shout out to Tion. Do a RoboCop versus Terminator game since you got the IPs for both. But I'm playing unfinished business right now. I'm almost at the end of it. It is totally inspired by the 2012 Judge Dredd movie. You ever see that movie?
Of course.
Yeah, you know how the whole movie is in like the big hive megastructure building, Peachtree
Yeah,
Tower.
and it looks worse, and it's so dangerous.
Oh yeah, exactly. But that is exactly the setting for unfinished business. It's like this massive hive structure build. The whole game takes place in a huge, huge, huge building that's like OCP sanctioned living conditions, and it's people are living like dismally in squalor, and there's mercenaries that you're fighting, and it's tied in with the story of the first one. Oh, there you go. I need to play that, the Evil Dead PS5 game.
$20, I think.
All right. I don't even if it's on Steam, I'll pick it up.
What else do I have? Oh, this one's for you.
What? Goat Simulator. You know what game I love?
What?
Power Wash Simulator. I have like 150 hours. Power Wash Simulator is fucking amazing. It scratches that itch. Cleaning. It's just being able to like all dirty and gross, but then like you just use your power wash and seeing that like simple from dirty to clean. It is like I fucking love Power Wash Simulator. I just bought the Wallace and Gromit DLC. I just cleaned their kitchen the other day. Like there's a Back to the Future one. It's amazing.
Oh, one last game for the PS5.
Yep. I could not get into Fireteam Elite. I could not get into it. Again, like as much as I hold in high regard, like the Terminator franchise of Alien and Aliens of Terminator 1 and 2 being the only good ones and like they're holy. Alien and Aliens I hold on the same level as that too. Everything else that has come out in the Alien, same thing with Predator 1 and 2. Well, actually no, it broke because Prey was good. Did you see that one? Prey?
Not yet.
Fucking awesome. It takes place in like 1600s America. This is Native American woman that's fighting against a predator. It's exactly what a Predator movie needs to be. But before that, it was like Alien and Aliens, Terminator 1 and 2, Predator 1 and 2. Like, those are the only good ones. Like, everything else is fucking dog shit. Like, I remember seeing Alien versus Predator in the movie theater and being like, I saw it opening night and I was angry sitting there how bad this was. Because there was, I don't know if you played the old PC games, Alien versus Predator 1 and Predator 2. Those games are fucking great. They pretty much
Yes, they are.
They used the storylines from the Dark Horse comics, which essentially it's just like this rogue Weyland Yutani scientist that has these mercenaries that's capturing xenomorphs and predators to try to mash their DNA together to make predator aliens. And it gets loose and everything goes nuts. And there's this like Marine Weyland Yutani group that goes in there to like try to figure out what's going on. And you get to play as like a predator, an alien, and a Marine. You could play as the three different ones and it's all one storyline. And they could have just used that, like, motherfucker, it was written for you. Just make a movie about that and make it like creepy and scary, like horror action, like Aliens. Like, you have this shit written for you. It is gift wrapped for you, and you come up with this Alien versus Predator dog shit. And then like it was PG-13, and I remember being like, why the fuck is this a PG-13 movie? It's gonna be shit. And
it can't be a coincidence that the same director of Aliens versus Predator also directed the first Mortal Kombat movie, which was also PG-13.
Wait, the one from '95. That movie's
Yes,
fucking awesome. Okay.
it's great, but it's PG-13.
You know what? That's fine for the time. For that, that's an exception to
And
the
what they
rule.
did to Scorpion is criminal.
What, in the first one?
Yes, you don't control Scorpion. No one does.
I don't remember what. Oh, you know, I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan. I fucking love that movie though.
Sorry,
It's all right.
sorry.
That and Street Fighter, those movies, I unironically love them both.
And you know they're making a live action out of Street Fighter.
Again, they are all right.
Yeah, but apparently it's going to be better because based on who they already cast. Like, I think there's rumors that wrestler Cody Rhodes is going to be Guile,
Oh, okay, cool.
and Roman Reigns was going to play Blanca.
All right. I mean, I love Van Damme as you know, coked up as he was throughout the full filming of that movie. Like,
No,
I
no,
love,
the
I
best
love the
line in
Street
that whole
Fighter
movie
movies.
was from Zangief going, "You get paid."
Yeah. The sideways thumb like that, yeah, or the quick change the channel like that. That actor that played Zangief he played Leatherface in like the remake of Texas Chainsaw, which is actually like original Texas Chainsaw is my favorite horror movie. The remake from '03 with Jessica Biel is actually with Arlie Ermy as the crazy cop.
I
Great,
remember.
yeah. It's for standalone. It's a great movie, but the same actor who played Zangief was Leatherface in that.
Are you a fan of Texas Chainsaw?
I just said the original. Yeah, it's my favorite horror movie of all time. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
that's
There's
awesome.
the survival horror game. I need to play it.
Well, because you said that you're a fan, I have a
Oh,
gift for you.
you don't have to give no gifts. No gifts. Oh, I love it. I have a huge poster of it on my wall, like hanging. Oh God, you don't have to give me. I love it. I am paring things down right now, so I can't have any more things. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Like I literally am purging collections right now. Like I have a huge toy collection too, and I'm like selling more than half of that too. Like I'm keeping like my GI Joe and my Star Wars and a handful of other stuff. So I
Speaking of toys,
appreciate it. Oh, is that like the original one?
yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh my god! I remember playing the Double Dragon, the Double Dragon one of that, the Tiger Electronics one. Those fucking
I
things.
played the crap out of that as a kid too.
Yeah, we all did. I remember there was a Spider-Man one. There was one called like Skeet Shooting that had a little dial on it. That one was fun.
There, I have one up on my wall
Uh huh.
of Spider-Man, as well as Power Rangers and Batman Forever.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I remember the Double Dragon was the one that I played the hell out of. I remember
Oh, and
sitting in the car.
if you look back there, I got
Oh,
all
I
the
see.
LCD Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I noticed that you have the turtles ones back there. Those are the only ones that have the longer shape. Some of
Yeah,
those.
you can see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, you and I don't mess around.
There.
That's all I have to say.
There you go. You know, it's what you got to do. Yeah. So what else you want to talk about? If you want to hear more about other shit with Rex Viper or Square Painter or anything else, you know, I got a few things coming up with that. But you know what I've been playing lately. I've been playing Balatro. Have you played that?
No,
Oh my god, game of the year. Are you a fan of poker? You play poker?
I suck.
You suck at poker?
I am.
Well, if you know the basics of like the hands and how to play, it's like a solitaire version of poker, and there's a reason why on Steam it's like overwhelmingly positive reviews. Like I don't think there's a bad review on there of that game. It's like a roguelike. You do runs of it, and you get all these different jokers, all these different abilities, and then there's like these planet cards where you can upgrade your hands, and tarot cards that give you different abilities, do all the different things. So it all depends on like what cards come up throughout your run and how you play them. And then there's these spectral cards where you can add like foil or polychrome to them with all this extra stuff. It's my game of the year. It is like so many people were like obsessed with this game. I saw people obsessively playing it. I did one painting at Magfest. I did a painting of just Jimbo the Joker, and I hadn't even played it yet. I was like, all right, you know what? This seems popular. Let me just do a painting. People, it sold like right away. I had all these people running up to the table like, oh my god, you play Balatro? I'm like, no, I don't. I need to. Like, and soon after Mag, I finally dug into it. And I used to play poker when I was younger, like for money and stuff. I was never that great, but It was fun. I still enjoy poker, and yeah, Balatro is game of the year. It's
I,
so
I,
good.
I got to say 21 blackjack is my personal favorite, but
All
the
right,
one that I'm really good at above all else is 52 card pickup.
go ahead. As long as you have a confined area to do it. My cats would like 52 card pickup. I always liked seven card stud better than Hold'em. For that's when you start with two cards down, one card up, because it's just so you don't have the community cards in the middle like Hold'em does. Everybody has their own individual hand.
Almost sounds like rummy.
No, it's not like Rummy at
Okay.
all. No,
Okay.
but it's two cards down, one card up. Everybody has that, and then you bet on that, and then like the next three cards. So you have four. Eventually, we'll have four cards up that everybody can see. So if you have like a potential straight or a flush or whatever, you could have three of a kind or four of a kind showing, and then your last card is down, and you bet on that. And yeah, I that was the one I played when I was younger before Hold'em became the thing, and then that's what everyone wanted to play was Texas Hold'em, which no hate to it. I Hold'em's great. I just prefer seven card stud over Hold'em. My personal choice.
Maybe you could teach one night.
It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult. If you know how to play poker, it's just it's a slight variation of how you play it.
I know how to play. I just need more practice because
All
there's
right.
different
I
hands like
haven't
a full
played it.
house or a flush or.
All right. Aside from Balatro, I have not played poker, like sat down at a poker table with people and played in 15 years.
Oh
Probably
wow.
more over 15 years it's been since I actually did. So I don't need that. I have my Balatro now. I could sit down. I play a couple of runs. I had one I unlocked. I think it was like the blue deck or something. I finally finished a run on that, and I looked at my stats. I'm like, damn, I'm doing pretty good in this game, and I've only unlocked like 15% of like the game. I was talking to one of my other friends. She was like, yeah, I want to do like the Jokerless run. I'm like, how the hell do you even do that? And like, she's like, I could finally stop playing. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to unlock everything, but I'm like, the game is like there's so much to do in it, and it's such an addicting game. It like there's a reason why it has all positive reviews on Steam, and it's very simple. It's only like $10 or something. The developer is fucking fantastic. So playing that, and oh, did you play the other game Schedule One? Did you play that?
What's it called?
Schedule One. It's fucking
No.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's only in beta. It's an early release. You can play. Uh, it's drug dealer simulator, where you build a drug empire. It's like Breaking Bad meets, and the characters look like South Park, the like longer, taller South Park looking characters in this goofy, weird, like suburban town that's like corrupt as shit. And you start out like in an RV in the fucking desert. If you ever watch Breaking Bad, it's like exactly that.
I've watched the entire series of
Okay,
Breaking Bad.
then you will laugh. There's so many nods to Breaking Bad, and it like you start out growing weed in like tents, in like the growth tents, and you have like a little shithole motel room, and then you move to like an apartment above a Chinese restaurant, and then you get like a little bungalow house, and you can grow more and more and more as you expand your empire, and then eventually you can start cooking meth, and then you could start growing coke plants, and you can make all this crazy cocaine, and you can mix it with like everything from like you could go to like the like the quickie marts in the game. You get everything from like donuts to bananas to coke to fucking gas station boner pills to like horse semen. It's the craziest shit. Then you could you throw like your meth and like donuts in this mixing machine, and it gives you like bonus of stuff. And you can have dealers that you give all your product to go deal to all the other people in town. But it's ridiculous. Like there was a priest that I unlocked. I got the priest hooked on meth, and like the meth I gave him had his head on fire and his eyes glowing and shit. It's like the game's fucking insane. But it's early release. It's like one guy from Australia. I think he might have a small team now, but the game fucking blew up in like spring of this year. It's so much fun. Like I played it until like the point where like I had this big like warehouse on the docks, and it was just this well-oiled machine of me cooking meth and making all this fucking cocaine and making giant bricks of it and giving it out to my dealers. And like I was making so much that like all my dealers couldn't even keep up with the amount of crap I was producing, of the amount of money, the amount of money I was pulling in a day. Like you could buy businesses to launder the money. Like I couldn't launder the money fast enough of like how much money I was doing. Like I bought every car in the game. I have like a golden toilet next to my bed and like all this wacky shit in my warehouse. I have all these people that are like, my growers, my cooks. They're wearing the yellow jumpsuits like from Breaking Bad. But yeah, it's a very all when you do all the growing things, it's like little fun mini games that you do of like plant the seed, pour water on it, add fertilizer, turn the light on. It's a lot of fun. I played it like all of like April and May. That was like all I played was fucking Schedule 1. It's a really fun game. There's new updates the guy's rolling out like monthly.
Do me a favor, send me the link, please, because I'm about to send you something.
All right. Well, I mean, just look it up. If you got a thing there, just open a tab for Schedule 1. It's like $20 on Steam. It's totally worth it. The game's fucking hysterical.
Give me a second.
It's the type of game that like there's all like I love the big AAA games. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. I'm just getting into that. But the game is like so fucking huge, and it's a commitment to play a lot of these games. And that's why I liked Schedule 1 and Balatro. There's not a commitment to these. Like I could sit down, I could fucking play 2 or 3 hands in Balatro, and then get back to painting video games way more than I play them. Like I paint video games infinitely more than I'm playing video games. A lot of people think, oh, you must be playing retro games all fucking day. It's like, no. I'm like, this is, now that it's my job, it is a scheduled out work thing. Like when you gave me the commissions for that, like I ordered the canvas immediately for it, scheduled that out. That's why I said, like, let's schedule a time to do the podcast. Like I got to have everything regimented and organized. Like I'm so disgustingly organized for running my business of like keeping the paintings going and dealing with customers and getting commissions going and shipping stuff out. And like I've been working with this guy, my buddy Joe. He's the one who commissioned me for the Mega Man X painting. Did you see the one with the magnet?
I saw it. It looks fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, my friend Joe commissioned me for that one. I got to get that sent out to him, so I'm gonna pack the hell out of it. He's got other ideas for like magnet ones, so like we're gonna go with some of the other ones. But that was far and away one of my very challenging commission, very, very, very intense to do. Like I was figuring out as I went, like the stuff I was doing for like mounting the canvas on board and putting the magnets on there. That was like digging into like my printmaking classes from college from 2005, 2006. I hadn't done anything like that in 20 years for putting that together, but I managed to make it work. And I love the way it came out. And it's it's been sitting on my wall to make sure like the magnet strength is good, just to make sure that everything is solid. So it's fine. Everything's good. I'm going to be sending it out. Yeah, probably. What's today? Sunday. I'll probably send it out tomorrow.
Yeah. Today's Sunday the 3rd.
Yep. Yeah, I'll send it out tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday is usually when I come back around, and when paintings are done, I send them out. There's 2 shipping places I use here. There's one local one that's great, and then there's one across the city in West Philly that I use for big paintings. Both of them are great.
Well, speaking of paintings, and this is the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap up, and this is just the first episode, not the last. Aren't you and Rex Viper cameoing in a video game called Trick or Treat Beat 'em Up?
Yeah. Trick or Beat 'em Up. The developer said they're like stepping back from it or something. From what I saw the other day, they're just really
the head developer's overwhelmed.
Yeah, totally overwhelmed. But they're really nice. Like the way that came about was like they just started messaging me randomly, like, oh my god, I'm a huge fan of this and that. And then it was like right when I was getting ready for MagFest. So I was like, the end of the year, I am absolutely fucking slammed. Like MagFest is my biggest show of the year, far and away, of how busy I am. And it was double like practicing for Rex Viper and getting ready for Mag. So I was like super fucking slammed. And the developer was messaging me, and I was like, oh, this looks great. I just like, I couldn't really like dig into like what they were fully doing. And then I saw all this stuff and like, oh, they're putting us in like a background level, and like the sprite work looks great. Their artist team is fucking awesome, because I was looking at like playable characters and the enemies, and yeah, they drew out like all of us in there, like animated playing on like it's like a too many game stage, but it says like boo many games. So whoever else there, I don't know who the artists are that are working on that. All I know is the Tricker beat 'em up person, the developer. They're super nice. They're super enthusiastic about everything. I love how they're into it. They're doing stuff with Trauma, and I
Yep.
won't say, but they've messaged me of like other people that they're going to work with that they're super hyped about. It's great. I love it. I hope that they could get the funding or whatever they need to get back on track with that. It looks great, and I'm beyond honored. I never thought I would have a sprite of myself in my sleeveless shirt playing bass in a video game. It's really fucking cool to see that.
Well,
So yeah, shout out to them. It looks awesome. I can't wait to see. Hopefully they get everything back together and it really comes together because it looks great.
I need to reach out to the head developer myself just to make sure everything's cool. If there's anything I could offer to do, I'm pretty sure that there's spots open for cameo appearances like yourselves.
Uh
I
huh.
think, I think
Yeah,
there's more
yeah.
spots open now.
I saw my buddy Frankie, gaming mixologist, who
I know him.
yeah, Frankie's great. Yeah, I met him
He's
in like
great.
yeah, like 2021 at Too Many Games. He came down. Yeah, Frankie's fucking awesome. I love seeing
He
that
is
guy.
awesome.
Yeah, he's great. They put him in the game too.
Yeah, he told me
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like
They
he's
drew a
supposed to be on the
sprite.
show next or eventually, just like
Oh,
you
he
know.
is. Oh, awesome. Yeah, you should
We
absolutely
talked.
have.
I mean, we talked about the same thing you and I talked about, and then
Uh huh.
some. It was like I was like, yeah, please be on my show.
Yeah, I would love to see if he could. I mean, you'd have to get a liquor
He said he
license.
was just timing, just like you said.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he works. I know he's like a full time like bartender or server or something like that. I know he's
Man,
yeah, he does that, and then like the amount of content he creates too of like all the skits, the silly shit he does on Instagram and TikTok, and I think he just hit like what, 250,000 followers on Instagram or something. Like I'm closing in on 7,000, and like that dude's killing it. It's great to see him doing it. But the amount of work that he does for those skits of how prolific he is with that is fucking crazy. It is not easy to do that. Even like my little ones where I'm like I turn the painting around and stuff like that. It just to get the right lighting for it. Sometimes the background looks like shit, or like you move the painting in a weird way. Like sometimes I'll nail it in the first try, and then other times I'm like 20 tries before I get the stupid one. Actually, the one I got on the first try was did you see the turtles one, or the four turtles swimming, and I had James come in and be like, this game sucks. Did you see
yes,
that? Well, yeah, yeah. That one popped off obviously because Rolf's in it. But that was we could wrap up after this, but that was right before Game On, right before the Phoenix show, that right before we flew out for that, because James lives out in like bumfuck middle of nowhere PA. So he was trying to figure out like how he was gonna get to the show. I'm like, look, how about like, because I live like 10 minutes from the airport, and my fiance Nina works nights, so they'll be up in the morning to drive us to the airport. I'm like, just come to my place, just crash on the couch and get some sleep, and we'll wake up early, and Nina will drive us, and it'll be so much easier than you having to like get up at the 3 in the morning and drive from your house all the way there. It'll be so much easier. We'll be
exactly.
together because like me, you, and Dino, we're all on the same flight. Dino will meet us at the airport too. We'll it's so much easier. We did that for Portland. So when he did that, and I told him like, hey man, look, I'm filming like one of these reels. I'm like, all I do is flip the painting around. All I want you to do is just come in. I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna hold it. And you gotta lean in and just be like, this game sucks. Don't say fuck because I'll get flagged for language on TikTok. Like just, and he was like, yeah, he's like, this sucks, especially this stage. It's like, yeah, this game does suck. And it was like, I told him like it'll be one take, 20 seconds, that's it. And he's like, fucking hey, let's do it. And yeah, yeah, it was great to do. It was just I didn't tell anybody that I was doing that. I just happened to because I didn't that I was trying to be more consistent, because that's always the thing with content. You got to do it all the time. I'm gonna film
Yes.
one actually when we wrap up here. I'm gonna film one for my latest painting, which you'll see. But yeah, so I was just happened to be doing that day, and he was coming over. I was like, oh, that'll be fucking funny. And then because I was thinking, I'm like, shit, do I have anything that's like a nerd thing? And I'm thinking, maybe I got a Castlevania piece, maybe. And I'm like, oh, duh, like I just fucking finished this turtles swimming piece that I haven't even revealed yet. Fucking perfect. There we go. Let's do that one. No, it worked out. Yeah, it was fun. And then like actually like I posted it that night and I went to sleep and then after within like 6 hours of going to sleep and like waking up for us to go to the airport, like the video popped off a bit and I had like a whole bunch of new followers and comments. It was very nice too. So like thank you, James, for doing that, for sticking your face in and saying this game sucks.
So that's your funny role story. Here's mine. The same day I met him, he already did the Superman 64 review where he complained endlessly about that one game.
Oh well, the
So
game's terrible.
well,
Another
yeah, I mean, it's
horrible
no
ending.
secret. But then
Yeah.
here's what I did. I'm first in line to meet him. I have a Superman 64 strategy guide to give him.
No, jeez.
So I was like, now you can beat it. So
Uh
he took my season 2 DVD and he said, "Thanks for the strategy guide, you dick."
huh. That's funny.
It's
Yeah.
like, don't get angry, beat the damn game.
Yeah, he's the amount of stuff that that people gift him is crazy. When we filmed recently, he had like a table full of just randomness. I came in, I was like, "What is this? Is this for a video or something?" He's like, "No, like somebody just sent me this." I'm like sorting it out. It was pretty cool stuff in there.
That doesn't surprise me. It's probably his fans that funded a good chunk of his video game collection. Maybe you should do the same.
I don't want that.
No.
I don't need people to send me free shit. I mean, first of all, right now, like I've said, I am in purge mode. I am getting rid of things. Like that Texas Chainsaw figure is awesome, but like I have a very small house and like I am getting rid of things. I can't like physical objects. Like I as being a nerd in the nerd culture and doing this many cons, I've collected so much crap over the years. And like I was a game and toy collector like even before I was doing cons and me and Nina have been together for almost 13 years and they were collecting video games way before we met. So we merged our collections together of, everything from games, toys, music, movies. It's like, when you're a collector of one thing, you collect all sorts of other shit with it too. So we have so much stuff in this house that like I need to like pare down like so much of it and just be like, okay, I am keeping these things. Like I already know like my OG Star Wars figures and GI Joe figures. I'm keeping my vehicles. I've already sold. Like I'm keeping a handful of boxed Star Wars stuff. I have like a boxed speeder bike and Chewbacca bandolier. Like I have those boxed in my collection. I could keep
Cool.
those. Like I had a boxed Ewok Village from '83. I sold that recently. I'm like I don't need these things anymore. Like I I will rebuy. I let me keep the things that I want. I don't need things. I don't need so much stuff.
Right.
And I'm sure when I get to Japan too, like I don't know if you heard of the stores called Hard Off. Have you heard of those?
I might have. It's been a long time.
Hard Off is like a resale shop. They do electronics and all sorts of things. There's Book Off,
Oh,
there's Hobby Off. They all focus on different things. But Hard Off is like once you go outside of Tokyo, like one of my best friends lives in Chiba. When I stay with him, there's like 10 of these hard off stores within a 5-minute radius of his house driving.
oh wow.
And you could find in any of these stores, you will find starting with like boxed Famicom games all the way to PS5, like immaculate condition for very good prices.
Yep.
Like, because everyone in Japan just takes care of things so well. Like, I saw maybe like one or two dented up cars in Japan. Even like little key cars, like they're all in like pristine shape. Like Japanese culture, like they take care of everything. And you see that with like the video games, like the amount of boxed games in incredible condition from the 80s and 90s is fucking insane. Literally every hard off store you will find them. Like I got like a pristine, complete in box Dr. Mario for the Famicom. I think it was like $10 American that I paid. It was something like 1,700 yen or something like that. I forgot
Wow.
exactly the exchange rate. Don't ever, if you go, don't ever buy anything at the stores in Akihabara. Those are the touristy shops like Super Potato and all those. They're really cool to see. They price the fuck out of that and they gouge the hell out of the tourists that there. Akihabara is awesome. Take a train and go to the hard off stores outside if you want to go game collecting in Japan. Don't buy at Super Potato. You will you will get raped on prices there. The prices are nuts. Like you could find like Final Fantasy VI. You could find I found a copy of Final Fantasy VI for 500 yen, which is probably like $1.75 American.
$5. Yeah.
Yeah, and like 500 yen, that's like what it goes for complete in Japan, and they were selling it for like 3,000 yen, 4,000 yen, because people buy that in Akihabara, because tourists don't know any better. I'm lucky that I have friends there that are like, don't do that.
Right.
But Akihabara is amazing. All the arcades and stuff were there. It sucks the building with the Sega logo, the Sega arcade building isn't there. That building is there, but the Sega logo isn't there. It's something else. It was very cool to see all that. It's insane to think that like I'm gonna be fucking living there. I'm gonna be living like from where I'll be in Tokyo. It'll be like a 15-minute train ride to like Shibuya or Akihabara. Like that, I get to see the first night I was in Japan. I got to see the iconic Shibuya crossing. The massive like 5 like crosswalks that come together where everybody
Yep.
it just like converges when the light changes. I got to see that within like the first 24 hours that I was in Japan. I got to see that. It's crazy. Like, I only speak 3 words of Japanese, and it's weird that I'm going to be living there, even though, a lot of people in Tokyo speak a little bit of English, and I was able to get by. I was there for a month there. I was there for all of February, and it's crazy to think that in like 6-7 months, I'm going to be fucking living there. That I
just remember,
we're renting this house. It's the 2 of us and our 2 cat children, Locke and Midna, our babies, and we're moving to fucking Japan. It's wild.
well, make sure you get some advice from me because I was stationed there for 3.5, 4 years.
That's right. You said you were. That's crazy that you were there for that long.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, but I was stationed in Sasebo. There was nothing to do there.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
when we got to Yokosuka, which is right next to Tokyo,
yeah. Well, that's where I'm gonna be in like the west area of Tokyo. We have friends that work with real estate agents there. Luckily, we know a lot of like Americans and just expats that live there. Like, there's this art group called Artedly. That's great. It's a monthly meetup, and it's a lot of it's a lot of Japanese people too, but it's an expat art community in Japan. So I got to meet this really great couple from Scotland that have been living in Japan for years. A whole bunch of like our other friends all go there. A lot of the other YouTube channels that I watch are like the Japan centric ones, which is really funny that like I've been watching them for years, and I have friends that like know all of them. Do you know the channel Abroad in Japan? Do you know that one? Chris Broad does that one.
I know Mrs. Eats.
Oh, I don't know that one. But yeah, like look up Abroad in Japan. It's like play on words, like Abroad. The guy's name is Chris Broad that does it. I didn't get to meet Chris. He's like the biggest one out there. But his main like videographer guy, his name's Ian. He's the one that runs Artedly. Ian's rad as fuck. Like, I did some paintings and worked with him, and like Chris's wife, Charla, goes by Charmeleon. She has a huge channel on there for like Japanese culture and food and makeup and stuff like that. And she's like really good friends with like one of my best friends out there, and it's just really cool to like have all these people that also work with like that other Japanese content creation kind of crew. And it's funny that like I started getting into all those videos, watching it over like COVID and everything, and now I'm going to be living there, and like all these people that I'm friends with that I know there are like part of that creative scene too, of like this whole other creative scene in Japan. And another thing too, I would love for Rex Viper to play in Japan. I've had people talk to me about it. No solid plans yet whatsoever. It's something, once I'm there, we're going to explore avenues of Rex Viper possibly playing in Japan.
You're going to love every second of Japan, I'll tell you right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, like I was there for a month. I absolutely fell in love with the country, and everyone in my band was like, "Oh, as soon as you move, I just want to come stay with you." Like, the door is open. I have like a list of people that want to come. Like I was just on the phone with one of my best friends, my buddy Rob, the one who came with us for see Guar right before. And I was telling him, like, we're talking about the Japan move, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you and your girlfriend definitely got to come out. As soon as we get settled, You can get plane tickets for not, and if you get them at the right time, they're not that expensive. And like,
True.
it's come stay with us. You save on hotel, and Japan is like, it is wild how much cheaper it is to live there, of like just your day-to-day expenses, than America, of like how much money, like if you go out in like the United States and like you just go out to a bunch of places, you're just inherently going to drop $100 just going out and doing things. Japan, it's not like that. It'll be $20 to $25 to like cover things. Like Nina and I went out for this like Indian food in Japan, which was like had like a Japanese tinge to it. It was delicious. But we went out there and got all these curries and naan and like all these dishes and stuff. And you don't tip in Japan, you know that. Like, you don't tip in restaurants. It ended up costing me like $23 American for this outrageous meal that, like, in America would have easily with tip over $100. It would have cost absolutely bare minimum over $100. Like, just to be able to do that, and like just little things that, like, how efficient the train system is there. If the train is a minute late, Google Maps apologizes to you. It's fucking wild. Like, how efficient Japan is. It's like, it blew my fucking mind. And just the affordability of like how fucking unaffordable America is becoming by the minute. It is wild. Of like, I mean, we have been like economically like fucking abused for at least the past 10 years in this country for how fucking expensive it is for our day-to-day life. And it's horrific. And I'm not even going to get into any of that, any of the socio-political stuff. I don't want to touch on in this.
We want to talk about that in private, though.
We're not going to discuss that. I don't even want to. But anyway, point is that the standard of living in Japan is so much higher for so much less money, in like a welcoming community, that if you are like, there's the stereotypical like Americans that suck, but like if you go there and just show respect to people like I did, I had nothing but friendly people. I had like one or two people that were a little rude, that just didn't like foreigners, whatever. That's your shit. It's not mine. But like, I was there for a month, and like everyone was friendly. I made really good friends with this guy on the street because he was wearing a jacket for the band The Descendants, that old punk band I fucking love. I said that. We ended up exchanging information on Instagram. We went out to dinner and stuff like that. We went out to one of those izakayas where like no one spoke English at all. I mean, Haru, my buddy, did, but like everybody was super friendly. When we went, I ended up holding like some woman's like little 1-year-old baby, and she's like grabbing my beard because she didn't understand like what an American beard is. And he's like, everybody could see that you're like, you guys are not typical Americans. You're just not typical American tourists. You guys are really chill. You guys are really cool and respectful. So it's nice to see like you bring that energy to Japan. People like it. You can get by. So it's gonna be a fucking hell of a change, but fucking doing it. I'll be doing Square Painter and Rex Viper from Tokyo. It's fucking weird.
There you go.
Weird.
Rex Viper. I can picture a Rex Viper vinyl live from Tokyo.
Oh God. I mean, I'm sure if the whenever it lines up, if we could do that and play, I'm sure we'll try to get the guys out there for a while. And Rolf is a fucking lunatic with filming. So, like when we were in Arizona, the first day we were there, like we landed, got something to eat, dropped off our shit at the hotel, and then we took Ubers out to the desert, a half hour outside of Phoenix, to film for Mighty Wings, and film for like 3 hours in the desert until the sun went down, till we didn't have light anymore. And that is working with Rolf. The dude's brain just doesn't fucking stop. So I'm sure with like, if we were to film in Japan, he would research any and every place that we could get to, from like where we were at, where to film, what videos it could be for, and it would be, the ideas would not fucking stop. And I love the guy. It's wild working with him, dude. His brain does not, and none of us have an off switch, but he does not. His brain is just going.
And eventually, well, hopefully I can get him and the rest of your bandmates on the show.
Sure. I mean, it's just a matter, getting it lined up. I know he's doing, I think he said he's doing some other one recently, and it's a Zoom one, and I a bunch of us might hop on there. I don't know anything. I gotta check the text messages about that. But I mean, just email him at like the James@Cinemasker email. That's like the way to contact him. You could be like, hey, I had Adam on the podcast. We ranted for 2 hours on here. So Yeah, I'm sure just as long as like his schedule lines up, because that's like, we all gotta book things out. You just happen to catch me at like a time where I was, I have a lot of, this is my downtime. Summer is slow for me. Fall things pick back up, and especially now with the move and shit. But yeah.
And well, I gotta say before you go, thank you again for these.
Oh, absolutely. My fucking pleasure. Honored. Thank you for buying those and commissions and supporting my art, and that means everything. Like every single sale or just nice words I've ever heard from anybody over the fucking years, the nicest comments, likes, follows, commissions, sales, everything. I cannot thank people enough for that. It
And
means
for
absolutely fucking everything to me, that I can eke out a living doing square painter. People love my artwork enough to give me just enough money where I could pay my mortgage and my bills and just live a meager existence here in Philly. I'm not living large by any means, but I'm
not at
living
all.
day to day. I'm money is always a struggle, but the fact that like I can live my day to day, pay my mortgage and pay my bills and eat and live and take care of me and Nina could take care of each other, and we could take care of the cats. We could
Hmm.
occasionally go out and do some things. It's just, we have our car. It's an old like 2006 Corolla we got, but it still runs. We keep the thing on the road. We got a nice house, and we're able to do what we do. I'm beyond grateful for that. Always trying to look for other avenues to do more shit, but the fact that I can do this now is, never thought I'd be here. Like I've said, it as a 43-year-old man, I never thought I would be painting video games for a living and playing in a band with 5 other incredibly talented musicians doing nerdy dad rock covers of things we love. It's
I
wild.
never heard the term until you said it, Dad Rock.
Nerdy dad rock. It's what it is. Come on. Half 1/3 of our band are dads. So
That's fair.
two of
Um,
six are
so
dads.
so free advice for anyone who buys your artwork, Adam. Here's what I did, and you were there, of course. Is that yes, I paid for the commission. I also tipped you after the fact.
You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. Every
No,
dollar goes a long way. That paid, your tip paid for grocery shopping yesterday.
oh, I don't need to know that. I'm saying
Well,
like
that's fine, but I'm just saying little things like that.
I treat you like a tattoo artist. Yes, there's a
Thank
commission,
you.
but tip them accordingly.
Thank you. Thank you. You,
And I
you,
don't
you
have
didn't.
any tattoos yet.
You should. I have one. I have my Star
Eventually,
Wars. But
yep. I'm
yeah,
sure you'll be there to watch me go.
do it. But yeah, they're just for the commissions and that tip. You didn't have to do that. I
No,
never
no, no, no.
expect that at all. I don't like. I never expect anything like that. But yeah, thank you. And like any other commissions you want to do, I'm more than happy to mock stuff up, show you. We'll go nuts. I love when someone hits me up for a commission and they have some really cool idea. I love running with it, and just like give me your budget of like and what you're thinking, and I'll create a whole bunch of designs. Like I'll pull out my graphic design thing and working in Photoshop. I put all my layouts in Photoshop together first. I'll send you a whole bunch and we'll go from there. I love working, whenever anybody wants a commission, and just thank you so much. The littlest to the biggest
I'm going to
ones.
put you to work. You know that because
Do it, please. Help me pay the
just give
bills.
me time is all I ask. Because
You got it.
I mean these portraits, rightfully so, are not cheap, and they should
No,
not be
no,
cheap.
no. I mean, well, I try to keep like my smaller stuff as affordable as possible, where I could walk the line of like paying for my shit and being able for someone else to afford a piece of art. I mean, the
Sure.
big paintings are like, you know, thousands of dollars. Some of them go for the huge ones. I have the Earthbound painting. Oh, that's like a little $60 one for that. Like I want
It's
someone to
cute though.
own.
Look at them.
Yeah, I want someone to be able to own that. But then I have like the big Earthbound where I'm asking $6,000 for it because it literally took me 2 years to like conceptualize and finish that one.
Oh, I got some. I just thought of a couple of ideas, but I'm going to save them for after the
Save them,
podcast.
sure. Like, I mean, I'm sure like they're complex, crazy, outrageous ideas. Like, I got a
No,
million of those, but like,
no, it's not complex. It's very simplistic.
sure, all right.
Very simplistic. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to break your brain,
No,
but you're not going to break my bank either.
fair enough. Let's
All
let's agree to do that.
right. Well, I'll text you shortly. So you go do your thing,
Sure,
and
yeah.
I'm about to watch SummerSlam night 2.
Oh, That right, right.
Wrestling.
Wrestling, right. Yeah.
Watching two grown men beat the crap out of each other.
Hey, there you go. You know, I used to watch UFC back in the day, and I grew up watching boxing with my dad. You know, when I was a little kid, my dad was a big boxing fan, so I used to watch all of that with him. But yeah, enjoy. I was never into wrestling. You enjoy wrestling though. That's all for you. That's one area of nerdery I never got into.
If you change your mind, give me a call.
Oh, you got it, man. Enjoy your SummerSlam. Thank you for having me on, dude. It's been an honor, and yeah, we'll talk soon.
Thank you. I'm Adam here, Rex Viper, and a artist connoisseur. So thank you for being here. This will not be your first episode, so it's not your last either.
Oh boy! All right, you want to rant? You want to hear me rant for another 2 hours and 15 minutes? I can fucking do that. I'll never shut up. Don't bring up UFOs because then it's going to be 5 hours.
You already told me what to talk about, what not to talk about.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I keep the UFO stuff. I'll talk about on other podcasts with other people, but that's a whole other avenue of. You get me going on that, I will never shut the fuck up forever. Ever.
We're just going to talk about more ideas about what you can make up because you'd be surprised what even what you can do.
Oh yeah, I mean, you give me new, fresh ideas, and yeah, it's always nice when someone gives me an idea of something I've never thought of before, and I'm able to like put it together and like make you happy. And I think it's a really cool design. You know, I love doing that. I love it.
You have no idea what you're in for.
I love it. Do it. Let's.
You have no idea, but I think you're gonna love it.
All right. Well, send me the ideas if it's feasible. We'll put it together. I will let you know if something is too out there and I'm like, all right, but I got to reel you in a little bit of like with this idea because sometimes people have some crazy ones. Like the magnet one that Joe had was like it was far out there and it's like, okay, let's scale this back of like feasibility and affordability of like let's make this realistic. So throw your wildest ideas out there of what you'd want and we can figure it out from there. I've been doing this for a while. I know the ins and outs of doing my bullshit.
Challenge accepted.
All right, man. It was fantastic being on here. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'd love to. You want to get the rest of the guys from the band on here or anything else? Yeah, we could figure it out. Have a couple of us on here or any of the other guys. Have any of the other ones on here. Everybody else in the band does super interesting stuff. They all have other things like let's singer like Harding. Harding has like Villainous and like two other bands that he's in too.
Yep.
And he's doing all this other stuff and he's all into like, Hong Kong martial arts movies. We all have our very, very, very niche interests. Like our drummer Brad does his Drum Boy Advance channel. Like we're all doing our creative things. Brad is actually working with are you a fan of the Misfits? The horror punk band from Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Only, the mayor that his Jerry Only's son is also a drummer and he's doing like the horror punk thing and him and Brad are like bros and Brad is like he played a show with fucking Doyle. I don't know, like he's one of the other members of the Misfits. Like Brad's just like, oh yeah, let's play Where Eagles Dare. Like he's fucking playing like drums with the Misfits now. It's fucking crazy. Like all the guys in my band, like we all get to do wild stuff. Dino has worked with like Koji Igarashi, the one of the Castlevania composers. Like everyone in the band has done like wild stuff. Like Ronald has worked on soundtracks with like Yuzo Koshiro was my favorite video game composer, and like Ronald just does like all these amazing arrangements and shit. Like everyone is outside of Rex Viper does all really, really cool shit.
And I love the fact that Rex Viper is open to more possibilities and ideas. Like, for instance, we were talking about earlier about Rex Viper playing at a horror con. I'd love to see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are open to any possibilities as long as again feasibility and scheduling and making it work. Because, like I said, I'll keep saying it. Rex Viper is a slow moving, complicated machine.
Yes.
Of what it is. We love what we do. We love doing this, but it is like getting the schedules of 6 grown men together in 2 different countries, soon to be 3, is like not the easiest thing, but we make it work. We love what we do.
Agree. So
we love what we love. We love doing the band. We love doing it. It's their thing.
So if you don't mind terribly, before we go,
sure,
I'm just going to throw some ideas at you at random going forward, and just like, here's this horror con, here's that horror con, just see what you think.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, there's like there's Monster Mania around here that I would
Yes.
always go to. There's Chiller Theater. You know, those are ones that I just like going to as an attendee. You know, like I like meeting some of the guests there, or just buying horror T-shirts or finding weird shit. I just enjoyed, you know, just enjoy going to those. You know, hanging out, meeting up with friends that are local to the area. You know, all of us that are into video games are all into horror and shit too.
Well, you and the rest of Rex Viper are in the horror.
Oh, all
I
of us
work
are.
I work in horror movies as a PA. I need to show you some of these movies.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! I
I'd
need
love
new
to.
horror movies to watch. I know
If
there's
you
a
watch my
whole.
past episodes, you'll see people and actors and directors I've worked for.
Oh, cool. That's
Just to
really
give you an
cool.
idea. But anything else before we wrap up?
No, I think we pretty much covered all of my bullshit.
No, bullshit. Come on. Give yourself more credit because I'm giving you all the
Right.
credit in the world.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And
It
I'm not
means
saying that as a
everything.
fan. I'm saying as a friend.
Okay, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It means everything.
All right. Well, keep an eye on Rex Viper. Keep an eye on Cinema Massacre. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, just follow. You can follow Square Painter. Follow me on I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram. Instagram is my main one. Follow me on there. I post stuff, and I'm trying to build out my TikTok also. I don't know how the hell the algorithm works on TikTok. It's like
I have no
you can
idea
follow.
either.
Give me a follow on there. I need to hit 1,000 follows on. I'm only at 500 something. I need to hit 1,000 follows on TikTok to be able to post a link to my shop in my bio, because otherwise TikTok is weird like that. You got to hit. I think it's 1,000. So I'm trying to get to that so I can have a shop link, because I'm getting all these new people on TikTok that have never seen my art and they want to buy my art. And it's like I gotta drop a link and then I have to cut and paste it. And it never works out in the sales. I gotta have like a link that somebody could click right there.
I will provide the link in the description so
Please
you're
do.
okay.
But it's just at Square Painter on Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Those are the three platforms I use. I have a Facebook business page that people still use for Square Painter. That
Yep.
one's up, but that's like you could follow that one, but don't. I mean, I have people that DM me on there for commissions. DM me on Instagram. That's the easiest way. I get the notification right away on my phone. It's Facebook business is like I just keep it up because people still interact with it, but I don't really use it.
And for the folks listening, I can concur with what Adam just said because I saw for myself.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm on Instagram constantly. That's my number one platform. And yes, please subscribe to the Rex Viper YouTube channel. Please, we go watch our videos, leave nice comments, likes, whatever you want to do on there. And yeah, we have plenty more stuff coming out. We have a whole bunch. I was just looking on the admin side. We have a whole bunch of stuff in the can
That's
to be
awesome.
released. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of things.
As a fan, I'm looking forward to what you have. Don't tell me in advance, please.
No,
I just
no,
want to
I
see it
won't.
happens in real time.
Oh, I'm not
Because
telling you anything, but we have.
I'm just saying, in all seriousness, as a fan, I hate spoilers. I want to be surprised.
Sure, I won't tell you anything, but yeah, we have a whole bunch more videos
Thank
coming
you.
out, and it's Rolf takes care of posting them like every Wednesday. We're doing Rex Viper Wednesdays. We've been doing since I don't know June or something like that. We've been doing. I forgot what I think Never Surrender was the first one that we did. I can't even remember, but yeah, it's been like once a week. Once a week we've been posting videos.
That's freaking awesome. So let's get you back here in a few weeks if you're down.
Yeah, sure. You want to do that? Just hit me up, and I will know. I'll let you know what my schedule is. Yeah, the end of August is going to be kind of busy for me. September, and I don't even know what it's going to be after that. But yeah,
We'll play by ear.
exactly. Let me know, and we will figure it out.
You got a deal, man. Well, take care of yourself. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too, man. Enjoy your SummerSlam.
Thank you.
All right, later, bud.
Take care.